Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Karsh the Goblin, this is the Goblin Cave, and today we're in our possibly penultimate, possibly ultimate episode of Waterdeep Dragon Heist, our Blades of Waterdeep campaign. And we have a new feature today. We have closed captions right below us. It's not an amazing, it's not always going to be super accurate, but we wanted to give those people with hearing difficulties or issues and a way to enjoy the show, because role-playing shows are all about talking and interactions, and it's a bit hard if you're not be able to hear and pick up everything that is being said. So it's an option there. The issue is going to be is that it's not entirely accurate at this stage. And when one person talks and then another one picks up the conversation, it's not going to be able to differentiate between the two people. Hopefully it's something like that, we'll find a way around that, but at this stage it's only a test bed, but hopefully it helps those that either do have hearing difficulties or just want to lurk or at work at the time and they can't have the volume up and they can at least read what's going on screen. So today we have our criminal cast members. So, hello everybody for the third time.
Hello.
Yes, third time. We had a blue screen and then we just did this just a minute ago without actually pressing record. So we have our cast members here today. We're missing Bozo because it's a Memorial weekend or it's a something weekend.
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, and he's out with family and friends, etc. I don't have that in Australia. Canada doesn't have it, but those other Americans here are just wanting to be here. So that's cool. Thank you. Thank you so much. Another thing I need to do before we start, I mentioned that yes, we're using Syrinscape, but we're also using D&D Beyond, so you can always click on the characters, scroll across to that side of the screen, and you can click on the characters and see what people are. And we're also needed to do this because it's an amazing donation that we got over the weekend. If it's working, there we go. Let's get this up and running.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Money XD.
Thank you so much for Lemix for that massive $140 donation, and Nez is going to have a lot of work ahead of him to try to catch up on you on the leaderboards there. But thank you so much for that donation. So I think we should do our introductions and get into the game because we're running a little bit late because of my technical issues. So Nick, would you like to do your introduction and what you do and who your character is or may have been?
Just say like I'm gonna die or something. Hello, I'm Nick. I play Dandelion, the human druid. Pronouns they, them.
There's always a possibility of a total party kill. This is the very last pointy end of a campaign. So it's always there, and it was questioned, where was the TPK last week? And then we had a docs encounter. So yeah. So Trent, would you like to do your introductions?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Trent Monk, playing Lucky the Cleric Halfling. And I'll just turn on my Halfling cam.
Yep.
There we go.
Because Bozo's not here to remind you. And Bella. Ursame, would you like to do your introduction?
Hi, I'm Ursame, and I play Belle Doc Buckless, the Halfling Rogue.
Okay. And would you like to tell our viewers where both those names came from? Or did you want to keep that a secret?
Ursame is the name of one of my dogs. And I also have another dog named Bella.
Yeah. So I think that's why all the dogs are coming in, because we're saying both those names.
But they can't hear it.
Animals have dogs have a better sense of hearing than you do, so they could probably hear from the headsets. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's at least my theory. It could be totally wrong, but it's my theory. I just got also an announcement is that I've just been asked or just been told by by Frogget Chair, Peach, from the from the Rusty Daggers group, that she's open to be doing commission for a group shot for this campaign. So even though we're pretty much at the end of the campaign, we'll have a group shot, an art poster for that, and we've just launched our merch store, which has the Rusty Daggers group shot design, again from Peach, from Frogget Chair, and hopefully we can get that one from this campaign as well and have it on sale at some point soon. But go check it out. The link's down below, and it just helps the support the community and shows your support by being able to wear something that's interesting. It's just a shirt at the moment. I do have a custom. I have got a custom backpack for my little goblin, and we may do the same design on backpacks as well, because it works really well on a backpack because it's such a nice bubblegum style. So yeah, I think that's about everything. What's going on here? No thanks, I do not want to enable fog of war for the entire city. Okay, so does anyone want to set the scene of what happened, of where we are?
I'm standing over a dwarf, shoving cotton in his mouth so he stops screaming.
That's the short version, sure. The long version, I would say, is you've gathered up all the keys, you've found the location for where they go. A tower not too far away in the docks district. The tower being recently purchased by a young noble lady, and on the way back to the crab that night, you've kidnapped from the bar the dwarf who was going to save himself for money, and then knocked him unconscious, and he's screaming, or he's not screaming because he's knocked unconscious, yes, and being somehow funneled into the small hatch that you have for your crab. I think that's where we start our scene. Essentially, underneath the dock, trying to push this massive dwarf into there.
I think the idea would be to set him up on the edge of the dock, and then get the crab in position, and then have the hatch open, and then just push him over.
But then how are you pushing down? That's the issue.
Well, gravity takes him down.
Yes, but
Bella, grab him from the inside and pull him in.
If we just push him off the dock, he'll go down. Down is the way he goes. And if the hatch on the top is open, then he'll fall right in.
I'm just saying that the hatch may not be as big as the dwarf, so it's going to require pushing.
Oh, well, then that's that you get on top and you jump. Naturally.
Then can I get a athletics with advantage because of the jumping?
Alrighty.
From one person in the group. Oops, why did I open that up? So it takes some time. If that's going to be like the average of 12 going through, and it's going to take some time he's slowly inching his round, robust body into the hatch. So as you finally get in yourself, and go through the old checks like you do in a submarine and anything like that, you hear a tink, 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 tink from the outside.
Open the window. Yeah, we can open. I think we can open a window without opening the hatch, right?
Yeah.
We had two levers for different directions, so we'll peek through the window.
You peek through the window and you can see just out to the side. You can't see above.
Turn. And back it up.
You're still underneath the dock itself. You park this underneath the dock and float it up.
Yeah, but we could move it, right? From under the dock, and then turn it towards the dock, and then open the front window.
Yep. So you hear again, ting, 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 ting.
Oh, they actually jumped on top. All right. I'll open the hatch a little bit. Hello?
Good evening. I'd like to have a word, comes a voice from a young lady. I can't actually see her in the darkness. I'd rather not. It looks a bit cramped in there.
It's cozy.
It's fine.
What do you want?
Well, you see, I noticed your group hanging around an area and looking quite suspicious. And while...
Get ready to grab her ankles and pull her in.
While you're not easy to follow,
Okay.
and it didn't come cheap, I was just curious as why you're interested in that tower. Is it a mark of yours?
A mark? No, it's not a mark, but we're on a quest.
Mm-hmm.
And that tower looks like it's going to be, it's involved in the quest. Do you own the tower?
Well, a friend of mine does.
Oh, okay. Maybe we could make an arrangement, because all we really need is some access to the basement for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Quite simple.
and then we're going to be on our way.
Aiming for her ankles to grab her. Pull her in.
And as you're saying, you slowly, she's saying, well, would you like to discuss the matters in a more comfortable location, perhaps with some food and some drinks?
Oh, okay.
I hear breakfast might be served soon in the local...
Oh, yes.
I am hungry. All right, where do you want to meet?
I've got names of taverns, don't I? Of course, my maps aren't working because I've had to load up everything. I think the Sailor's Corner might be a good location. It's on Fish Street. You should know it.
Sounds good.
So it's this one here.
I see it.
Yep.
Fish and dock.
Yep. So I believe about half an hour will be suffice.
Half an hour should be good.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to wait an hour for breakfast.
Now, can you please move this contraption back towards the dock so I can get off?
Yeah, we just wanted to make sure it was safe before we opened up the hatch.
Oh, thank you for your kind thoughts.
I slide my hands back under.
Okay.
You did say as you're looking at the like to grab the feet, the boots were quite nice. Like nice boots, good money.
Okay, so I'll slide the crab so it's right beside the dock, and then just like surface it so you can just slip on.
Yep. So you were still surfaced. You just weren't. You weren't submerged. You just.
Right.
Otherwise, you would have been swimming.
Yeah.
And you hear the footsteps of walking away and climbing off in the footsteps, walking away.
All right. Well, park the crab. Time for breakfast and drinks.
Yeah, we should probably, tie this guy up, and Castle can watch him.
Yeah.
Castle, you stay in the home base and watch this guy as we go out and get breakfast.
Yeah,
I'll bring you back some leftovers.
We'll bring you back some bread.
I will point out that you are quite nocturnal these days, so this is really, really late for you.
Oh well,
this is
perfect time for a greasy breakfast. Okay, but we make sure gagged and tied up.
Yeah, Castle will stay. Makes it easy. He's there for the moment.
Okay, we make our way to the tavern.
Yeah. Tavern again, not very far. It's not really it's only just opened. Like you see the lamp lights are still on the street, and the taverns, the staff are just moving around, getting ready. And when you enter the tavern, there's only one customer, and the customer kind of stands out because it's only one customer, but it looks to be looks like a young woman. She's wearing a mask and she's wearing a cowl and hood. And two of you recognize the form instantly, or recognize the costume instantly as one of the most well-known, or one of the most evasive and most hunted legendary thieves in Waterdeep.
Belle, you friends with her?
No, but
It's like meeting a celebrity.
yeah.
It really is. It really is. I'll get your name in a sec. I'll just bring that up. The Black Viper is the name, and I'll give you the handout. There you go. We'll show the players. So she's dressed in black with pink accents, a very ornate rapier at her side. She certainly looks the part of the legend.
Lucky, that's the Black Viper.
All right, I think we'll walk right up.
Yes. She stands as you approach and motions for you to say, "Please, let's discuss some matters."
Yes, Miss Viper.
She doesn't bat an eyelid to you knowing her name, but she says, "And Bella, is it? I believe it is. You've been known to me for a while, and your companions, though, less so."
We're all
I
big
usually try to keep it
fans.
that way.
Big fans.
Like, get autographs.
I don't usually give
Selfie.
autographs. I don't usually give autographs when talking to people that used to be in the law. I'm sorry. You never know these days.
That's a good policy. See, that's why you're famous, because you're so smart. So are you the one who wants to talk to us?
Yes. You see, your curiosity of that building last night, and you say that you're looking for something underneath the building.
Yeah.
Now, I do know the owner, and I was just wondering what you're seeking, and if you wish me to approach the owner.
Yeah, okay. So we've been looking for these keys to find the dragon treasure. It's the one from the with the city treasury, the one of legend.
Is that somebody just going, "No, don't tell anyone, don't tell everything"?
It's
is.
supposed to be it's supposed to be a fortune.
Dandelion's just given up at this point. He's just nodding and drinking from their cup of water.
So, treasure hunters, you say? Is that what you're after?
Yes,
Interesting.
because adventurers are illegal.
We are treasure hunters.
Treasure hunters are legal.
Yeah.
Well, so is what I do, but it's only if you don't get caught that makes it legal. I may be able to actually make a deal with the owner on your behalf.
That sounds good. What do you need in return?
Oh, of course, I would like a percentage if there is anything underneath. If what you say there is treasure.
What percentage would you like?
I think 5% would be a good amount.
Me too. Okay.
After all, if what you're seeking is underneath the location, you can't exactly attack the location, and you can't do any harm to the lady that owns it.
No, if you can get us in, I think 5% sounds very fair.
Yes. Would you like me to make the deal today, or would you have more time?
Well, we just need to have a little nap, and then we're good to go, like tonight, if you like.
Yeah, we need to finish preparing one of the keys, but that shouldn't take long.
Yeah, from our ally Jarl Axel. He's going to give us an automation.
You
he's my boss.
see an instant recognition of that name, and not just a recognition, but for someone that carries herself very confidently, and this is one of the legends of the city, especially around the city guard. You see a hint of, like, more than a hint of fear when you just drop that name.
He's pretty cool. He keeps giving us food for some reason. We haven't actually got paid for it.
Nobody has kept us as well fed as Jarl Axel.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I can't help but notice there was supposed to be breakfast.
Well, I'm sure that the staff will be cooking shortly.
It's really hard for us to find all these dragons on an empty stomach.
Yep.
It's hard to concentrate.
She makes no move to do anything to help you find food. And as I said, there are staff that are there, but they're just opening. They're just moving the tables and, like, moving the chairs to where they need to be. You can see them walking around just doing what they need to be. You can't even smell food in the tavern yet. This is still dawn. You're the only people in here.
There was a talk of breakfast.
Yep. She lied. I don't think she deserves 5%. I think she deserves maybe 2.5.
Because
she
of
lied
no
about
breakfast.
Jarl Axel doesn't lie about breakfast.
No, when Jarl Axel says there will be something to eat, there's always stuff to eat.
Would you like me to arrange breakfast?
I guess
for
that's
you?
why we gave him 50%.
Would you like me to get the staff to get you breakfast?
Yes, please. We're very hungry.
If it's not too much trouble.
You did offer.
She gets up. She stands up carefully. Doesn't turn her back to you as she walks towards one of the staff members, and just quietly and politely talks to them. The staff member looks at her in fear and runs out the back of the. And she again calmly returns, never turning her back, never looking away from you, and then sits down confidently once more. Breakfast is on its way, and it's on me.
Thank you. All right, so we'll be there tonight. We just got to have a bit of sleep because we've been up all night, and then we're gonna grab all our keys, and then we'll be there tonight.
Okay.
I should warn you that one of the keys is going to be in a wheelbarrow, and he might be moving a bit.
Doesn't bat an eyelid under a mask. Does not bat an eyelid at all. Although part of her legend is that she doesn't kill people. She's a burglar, not a thief.
A burglar, not a murderer.
Exactly. When you steal from the rich nobles, murder's a bit hard to get away with. As she stands and says, well, I'll see you tonight, or I may not, but at least I'll speak to the lady and arrange this for you. She may want her own compensation.
Okay, well, she can let us know when we get there.
Exactly. So take care, and I would suggest, if you are the people that I hear you are, probably relocating. There's a lot of majors making a lot of money trying to find you.
Yeah, they're scrying us all the time. So we're going to have to just take our breakfast and eat it fast.
Yeah.
And go back to our crab.
Yep, get breakfast to go.
Yep. And as she leaves, she actually leaves to the back door, and you can smell the start of cooking, of lots of different aromas, cooking and just wafting out of the kitchen. It looks like they're not just cooking one thing, but they're cooking everything at once. Because they didn't know what you wanted.
No, they got it right.
A banquet.
Yep.
Everything.
Yes.
So how long do you stick around for the banquet?
Well,
Whenever it's done.
we'll stuff our faces, and then we'll just grab as much as we can carry, and then take it with us.
Yeah. So it's about half an hour before everything's readied and everything's brought out. But you just smell all this food and you're just like, oh, I really need to go. We really need to go. But there's so much food.
We had to go without a little bit of sleep.
Some stuff you want to have when it's still hot, but you know, all the buns and the cheeses, we'll take those with us. They're good snacks for later.
Yep.
Yeah. Plus, we promised Castle we'd grab a roll for him.
That's right.
Yeah, unlimited bagels.
A single bagel.
Yeah, I mean he's fine. He doesn't eat as.
He's pretty skinny. He doesn't eat a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't eat a lot, nearly as much as us. You know, so it's fine. I mean, he's not a halfling.
That's why he's so.
I'm not a halfling
weak.
either, but I just like food.
Well,
I like not having to pay for it.
see, that's why we like you. If it wasn't for your height, you know, and you don't drink really, but you know, but we're willing to let that slide.
But we think you're pretty cool for a human.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm trying to my best to learn as much as I can about your people.
Okay, we head back to the crab.
Yep.
With our arms full.
Yep.
Bags.
Bags and arms full of food. And
I think we might take the crab like out to open water and like just have it just below and then come up every few hours for air.
So when you say open water, do you mean the naval harbour or the naval harbour, great harbour, or outside of the bay?
I would say in the harbor, but like closer to the middle of it, so that if we're scryed, it'll just be us and water.
So the great harbour.
Yeah. That's otherwise. I think we'll be moving all day, right?
I need to zoom all the way in to pick up this token. Not even a token.
Boing.
There we go. A little blip in the Great Harbour.
Yeah.
So that's actually close to where Jalaxor is.
Oh.
Well, that's handy.
We'll probably
'cause,
see him. Just like a wave.
Yeah.
we actually have to go visit him and get that automation before we go as well.
Yep.
So I guess after we have a sleep, we'll go pay a visit to Jarl Axel.
Okay, so the next scene is on Jalaxel's boat, surrounded by beautiful-looking humans. Mostly, in the hot summer nights air, bare shirts, sweat glistening off their body, their long hair flowing in the breeze.
Whatever.
The smell of food
in
just
the moonlight.
wafting through the decks. And Jalaxel, smiling happily, welcome. What?
Hi!
Are you ready for your grand adventure?
We sure are. We just need the automation.
Ah, yes. Just as a precaution, we moved them off the other ships, and we'll have one ready. It will do as instructed. It won't do any combat. That we've made sure it won't hurt anybody. That's part of our way of life, of being entertainers and not hurting anybody, not involving ourselves in the local politics. But it will follow you. Just try not to get it wet.
We'll try. We don't know what we're going to face.
Yeah.
But we're going to the lighthouse. That's where where we think we need to go.
The lighthouse, you say? Interesting.
Yeah, we didn't realize it at first either because it talked about some so-and-so's tower. Always been called the lighthouse.
Yes. Well, good luck on your adventure, and hopefully it goes smoothly.
Oh, it never does, but that's okay.
Yeah,
and
he'll be
that's why you're
fine.
treasure hunters.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's why we're treasure hunters.
Because that's legal.
Yes, treasure hunting
No,
is legal.
we're fugitives anyway. So I
Yeah.
say we call ourselves adventurers again.
All right.
He
That's a good point.
He has a hearty laugh. That actually, like a hearty laugh at that of we're criminals again. Let's just call ourselves adventurers. So he enjoys
I've
that
been a fugitive
idea.
from the start.
So enjoy your voyage and hopefully have smooth sailing.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll have some adventure and it won't be easy. But hopefully we'll be back with our hordes of treasure, half of which is yours. And we'll have a big party.
So with you is an automation. Again, it's that Venetian mask. It's a female, and it's all very shiny and polished. And instead of having the more upper class regal look which you've seen these with on their ships, it's got a cloak and it's got more simple clothing, which doesn't really match how over the top the metalwork is underneath.
Well, that's probably good because we're going to be walking down the street.
And it will just follow simple instructions like follow us, go this way, stop, sit, stand, things like that.
Does it have a name?
And the name that you were given was Jules.
Jules. Okay. Come along, Jules.
And follows you nice and slowly. Keeps up pace.
Okay, I think we'll head. We'll probably tell Castle to maybe it's not safe to dock that crab at the docks anymore because they seem to just find it, no problem. So maybe he could take it out and just have it like move around through the day, and then we'll have a time to meet him. Right?
He's our getaway vehicle.
Yeah, he's our driver.
It's more that the docks are accessible. So they may know where you are, and if you're at the docks, they can actually access the docks. If you're in the Great Harbour, it's not easy to access you. And if you pop up and you see a boat nearby, you just move and then pop up somewhere else. All
right. So anyway, he'll be off of the docks then, right, out in open water.
Yep.
And then maybe what we'll do is we'll set up an area where Bella could do a light spell to signal him.
Yeah.
So-
We'll like do the light spell, and we'll like do like some signals. Yeah.
So you mean in open water, not the naval or
just
great?
off the docks, so that
Okay.
so if somebody's a really good swimmer, they might be able to get there.
Yeah, I'm just meaning like the Great Harbour is not open water. Like open water is outside the two harbours.
No, not open water then. Just off the docks, so not accessible by foot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those I wanted to make sure if you're outside the harbours, or because the harbours is still technically the city.
If you see where I'm blipping, you see that?
Yep. Can see
Okay,
that.
about there, and then we'll go out to here, and then that's where we'll use the light spell to signal.
Yep. So Sternpost Street. Sternpost Street docks. Okay.
And then we head to the lighthouse.
Yay!
Hey,
And we'll throw like a canvas or something over the dwarf after we put him in the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Well, that's right. You got the dung sweeper's wheelbarrow.
Yeah. We
Um,
haven't cleaned it either.
that is such a trashy thing. Not only are you shaving him, but you also just traveling in a dung sweeper's uncleaned Just mean.
And then we Dutch oven him with the canvas.
Just mean.
Hey, this is a lot of money on the line. Also, our lives, because
Just it's so evil. Okay, so you go to the tower, and how are you approaching the tower this time?
Well, there's only one street that actually goes there, I think.
There is.
So I guess we're going by that street. Yeah. There's only one way in. So I guess that's we'll send one person ahead. Who wants to go ahead? I would say either me or Dandelion.
You're better at talking.
I am? Okay.
You can go talk to the guards.
All right. I will go ahead.
Okay. So we'll move you to the map. We have it already, which you haven't, of course. So you find yourself in this weird, strangely back alley area, off the main streets, but a lot of Waterdeep are these little back alleys, but like of these little districts areas, little blocks of houses, and in this one just happens to have this small tower. It's 2 stories. It kind of stands out. There's other buildings around that are around the same height, and it bats up against them. There again is some carts outside.
Okay. I will. There's only one entrance, right?
There's only one entrance unless you're a spider
Okay,
or want to climb up to the second floor.
So I will go by myself. So I will have Dandelion and Bella find a hiding spot in. I don't know if there's an alley nearby, or beside the buildings, or something like that, or around behind.
There's really not a great place to hide.
No.
If you're from this area and you just look out the door, you'll see people just standing at the side of a building, which is what you're trying to do.
Then at least a block or 2 away they'll be.
Yeah.
Right. So they're not right there.
Although you can be out of sight of the not the caravans, but the wagons.
Okay.
The coaches.
Well, be as much out of sight as possible, and enough distance away that it's not obvious that we're hanging around this place, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll just walk up and knock on the door.
Yep. So let's move Lucky to the map. Oh my god. As you knock on the door, you hear some talk from the inside, and the door opens, and we lose Bella momentarily.
Said her computer crashed.
Okay. So I don't have Discord open at the moment, so you might need to keep me updated. But we'll just play this quickly out. And hopefully she'll be back in shortly. So you see you're in front of the door, and you hear on the other side of the door just like a latch open, or like a screen open. And because you're so much shorter, it's like right up here.
They maybe see the top of a feather.
Yeah, that's about all. And you don't even know that you've heard something happening, but you haven't. Like, you may think it's a latch or something, but you don't even notice. You can't see it because it's above.
I kind of look around. Yeah.
Yeah, and the feather's just swishing. It's like, who goes there? What's going on out there?
Hello. I'm down a little further. And I'll hop.
Your feather jumps, like flies up, and maybe see the top of your hat a little bit. It's like,
hello.
Who are you?
My name. I was. I think I have an appointment to come visit tonight.
Another appointment? What's your name?
My name is Lucky.
You're not on the list, but just bear with me. And you
Okay.
as it closes again. A few moments later, hear that slide open again. I've been told that the lady's expecting you and you're to wait upstairs.
Okay.
So we'll go to do the dynamic lighting, move open the door.
And was it a guard who was speaking, like a house guard or
A
something?
house guard, yes.
Okay, I'll say I have some companions. Can they wait inside? There's 3 of us all together. Did you know about that?
Well, I did say, I was told that they are expected, so I'm assuming the lady said meant all of you. So if you'd like to
Okay.
get them,
Yes. I just wanted to make sure that everything was set up for us to come. So yeah, I'll go far enough that I can reach them telepathically,
Mhm.
and then I'll be like, okay, let's wait inside. We're not as visible.
yes, because it's quite visible standing out.
And I'll just pretend to be a farmer shoveling poo in a cart. It's literally what I'm doing.
So are you coming with the poo cart?
Yeah,
that's
we
the
have
key,
to.
right?
Yeah, for sure.
So,
They'd say, I don't think. Are you here to actually clean out the place, or?
We're actually hauling some stuff, and I did make arrangements. I told them that we would be bringing a wheelbarrow.
Okay.
You might want to check. You might want to check, but I believe that should be known information.
How much have you hidden the dwarf in the dung in the wheelbarrow?
Well, he's just under a
inside
canvas.
the poop. And
Oh,
covered by
you've
He's
actually
inside
covered
the
him.
poop and covered
Oh
in
man.
canvas.
That's the question of, did you hide him or did you? Can I get a sneak roll, or do you want me to do it off Bella?
I
Bella
could
has the
do
disguise kit,
one.
right?
Well, here,
Yeah,
why
Bella has
don't
the
you?
disguise kit.
Disguise would
I have
work
a
as well.
Okay.
Because you
Well,
are,
I'm actually better at stealth than disguise.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll. Can I use Blessing of the Trickster for this?
yeah,
if I give it to
I'll
Bella?
allow it, yeah.
Okay, so I'll give that to Bella, and then have her do it.
Okay. So I expected to be having to use Cassell's character sheet, not Bella's. Hopefully she's back shortly. She was saying earlier that the advantage on this. Okay. She was saying earlier that she's looking to replace a computer. So yeah. Yeah, I was under stealth. There you go. So
I see a natural 1, so
I
you better
saw that
re-roll
come out too. Oh, we roll the natural one as well.
Yes, please.
Okay. So let's hopefully get higher than 14.
That'll do.
That'll definitely do. So it's not going to be easy for them to figure out unless they really search the dung.
Be
Really
my guest.
dig in there.
Yeah, and it's not going to be a common thing. So they say, well, are you going to leave that outside, or are you going to be? Is the intention to bring that in?
I was told you have a basement. Maybe we could put it somewhere where it won't bother anyone.
Well, you see the faces drops like, and a reluctance like, well, just bring it into here, and wait.
Here, I know it doesn't smell, but how many of them are there? I can't
There's
see
4.
on the map. Because 4. I'm going to
Yeah.
give them each a dragon.
So we'll move you in.
This might make it smell a little better.
You just feel like you see visibly that like their face drop.
Yeah.
Is this like not even lit up? Is it? It's not. Is it?
The room is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't always know when there's dynamic lighting on and off. It's hard to sell.
So
sometimes.
I give each of them a golden dragon for their inconvenience.
Yeah. So there's 4 of them, give them 4 dragons. It's like, okay, just leave it here, and after the meeting, we can see what the lady says about your cart. And
Okay.
we'll look after
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Just please don't disturb the lady. She's in a meeting. Just head on in.
Just tell us where to
upstairs.
wait. Okay.
And dynamic lighting again. Opens the door.
I have this bad feeling she's having a meeting with our opponents.
No.
Yeah, I don't want to leave it.
So there you walk in, and you see again. It looks to be like Dandelion. You saw pretty much the same people last night, so Lucky and Bella recognize like these are the heads of the guilds for working and things like that, and the Carpenters Guild, the Stonemasons Guild, the Roofers Guilds, all of the red tape people of the city, or at least some of them. And we've gone through this before of you need to do this, except for when you did it, you went to their location. She has the ability to bring them to hers. And you head upstairs, and I'll give you a brief description of the upstairs as well. I shall give you a brief description.
That I'm specifically disguised as a gardener, and I will absolutely convince everyone. Hello, I am the landscaper.
and there's nothing there. They look up at you as like.
No, it's like anybody who looks at us on the first floor who like looks at us.
Only she looks at you.
I'm also covered in dirt and looks like an old man.
Yeah.
Landscaping Guild.
Yep, landscaping guild. Hello, how are you? With my sun hat.
Don't know if there is a landscaping guild. Interesting.
There is now.
There probably would be, because it's something of stupidity that they would have, wasn't it? Like it's such a stupid thing. Like everything has everything.
And where's the construct? Did we bring the construct with us, or leave it by the cart?
Well, the construct will walk in with you.
Yeah, but
Okay, good.
we'll have it so the robe is covering it up. Bella's back.
Maybe. There's a loading in process. So the inner vestibule is just this tiny little closed area. There's welcome back. With rotting tapestries adorn the walls, and mud's been accumulated over the years, and that's where the guards are sitting or standing and watching. In the ground level, there's a stone spiral stairs which are in the center that go up and down, and a burnt. There's also what looks to be the remnants of once nice chairs sitting around the fireplace where the meeting's being held. Are we back for good, Ursame? Except we don't have sound yet.
You're muted.
Hopefully.
There we go.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Good luck.
If it doesn't, then I'll try to steal my mother's computer.
That's okay.
I'll have to download Zoom on it. But
we'll just make sure we get everything right for here, and do the screen captures. I know it's dodgy. We're doing it live, so just bear with us. We want to try to move on, and the best way to moving on is still at the fastest. That's okay. So you're expected. You're in, and you've left the dung cart with the unconscious dwarf underneath, hidden inside the dung, in essentially the front room, the vestibule of the tower, with guards. You've walked past the lady, and you've been asked to to go upstairs. So the upper level has a bit of a. So this room looks to be a former laboratory of sorts. A soot-stained fireplace has a lidless iron cauldron hanging on an iron hook in the hearth, a wizard's portrait on the wall on the wall above the mantelpiece is ruined and seen many better days. Let's see where I'm up to. The floor is littered with shards of broken glass, burnt scraps of paper, twisted pieces of metal, and bird droppings. Other furnishings include a rocking chair, a trellis table, and charred remains of bookshelves, all shrouded in thick cobwebs. And the arrow slits around the side, about a foot in width. So 4 foot by 1 foot. But the floor is littered with debris. Perfect for treasure hunting. And you've just been asked to wait.
Okay.
I tell Bella that the door we want to get into is underneath the first floor we just walked up onto. But are the pigeons here? Can I talk to them?
There are pigeons here, yes. What would you like to say to the pigeons?
I don't know, just ask them, how are they doing? How's their day? How many people have been in this house since they've moved in? How are they feeling about their new neighbors? Is this like an intrusion on their space? And I tell them about how the lady downstairs wants to renovate the entire building, which means they'll probably end up destroying their nests.
So you just shattered their world.
Yeah, just trying to make enemies with the pigeons and make the pigeons enemies with the lady down there.
Mm-hmm.
Just letting them know what's up.
Well, they do say that they like their nest, and they've got lots of shinies and lots of pretties that they've collected. And when you say that they're going to destroy it, it's always like but it's our shinies. They're our collection. It's our nests.
I know. It's just they're terrible, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But me and my friends, we're going down to the basement. I hear there's even more shinies down there. That's why they want to tear this place down, so that those people can get at the shinies. But you've already claimed this place. Like, clearly all those shinies are yours. But don't worry, I have some friends who could help you.
Friends?
Yes. Do you know the seagulls and the crows and the other pigeons down in the dockwards and all of the rats?
When you say seagulls,
we're banding together.
When you say seagulls, it's birds don't spit, but if they did, that's what you'd get. There's this hatred of the seagulls and the pigeons, between the seagulls and pigeons, as if they're almost enemies. Hated enemies. So we'll never work with the seagulls.
Your quarrel and strife, but if we band together, we could go up against these humans who want to destroy your place of home.
The seagulls take everything. They say everything is mine. Mine, 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 mine. Yes, I did that joke.
Could I convince... yeah. Could I just do an animal roll to try to convince them to, be on my side?
Yes, you can do an animal roll. You can also do an insight as well.
Okay. I do have a higher insight.
But as a separate... Well, 21 insight. When they say shinies, you actually think they're talking about something worth money. Like actual treasure.
Whoa.
But if you want to do your persuasion, you can also do that as a separate, yep.
14. They really hate seagulls.
Yes, a 14's not enough. They really hate seagulls. They very much hate seagulls.
I resign, go back to Bella and Lucky. It's like, well, the pigeons don't want to join my crew of seagulls and rats. Apparently there's a war feud between the pigeons and the seagulls. However, the pigeons do know that there is some sort of treasure in this building. Maybe aside from the treasure that we were talking about. Well.
What you doing, Bella?
Not this again.
Just wandered around, get a little antsy.
Are we looking for stuff?
I mean, if there's
think
anything
so.
interesting, yeah, sure.
Well, I need some rolls.
Sure. Oops. There shouldn't be advantage, but it doesn't matter.
19's pretty damn good. Is Bella looking for stuff as well?
Yeah.
And an 18. Okay. So as you're looking through and just you're searching through the debris, like there's layers upon layers of just stuff on the floor. It's as if everything in the house was just moved up to here, and then it's just rotted away from the pigeons and from the exposure to the elements. And whoops, wrong button. It's this one. So can I get each of you to roll a d4, please?
Sure.
Okay, it's good as not the same letter or same number. A 3 and a 2. So, lucky as you're searching through the layers of debris, you find a globe, and it's just like it's about it's a human fist size. It's to equate it, it's the size of a I'm trying to think of a food size, a small pie. So the size of a small pie, or a large bun, and it's made of like glass or crystal. You can see some cracks in it, but it looks really nice and shiny, and looks like it may be worth something.
Nice. I put it in my backpack.
Yep. And Bella, okay, this is a different one. As you're searching through the bits on one of the old tables, like most of it's cracked, most of the jars and everything is smashed, but you find one last intact container, of a potion of some sort, some mixture.
Mm.
There's no label on the mixture.
I wonder what this is.
I know. Do I
Hey,
have a
do you
feeling?
guys, do you think I should drink it?
Let me take a look. I'll see if I have a feeling that it might be magic.
A detect magic? Okay. As you
What does my
cast,
intuition tell me?
you think that it's magical. You also think that, like, you feel there's magic behind you and underneath you as well.
Okay.
As you
Behind
turn
me,
around, you feel that there's magic behind you.
I pull out the globe. Is it the globe?
And you feel like the magic in the globe, it's a turning on and off, like a flickering of magic.
True
And then,
magic things.
again, there's something underneath you, and with your searching, like now with advantage on searching, you can narrow it down, and you find a small, or find the other bit. Okay. Can you roll any dice, and it's going to be essentially a high or low. Okay, so you find underneath, there's layers upon layers of debris, and right at the bottom there seems to be some papers, but unlike all the other papers, which are either ripped or torn or just deteriorated from rot, these actually look like they're fine. They're okay. They're pristine even.
Do they look like magic scrolls or something?
Not magic scrolls, but just pieces of paper, just like a stack of paper.
Okay, I'll take them.
Actually, it's only 2, but yeah.
I think there's something special about these two. I just have a feeling.
And can I get another perception from you, and from you only?
Okay.
See what else you find. If you find the last piece, I should say. Nope, that's my internet going. We'll be back shortly. We're back. You do find the last piece of magic in the room. It's buried deep in the corner, and you almost didn't find it. It's a small little rod, about so big.
All neat stuff. I take it.
Mm-hmm.
This globe has these little cracks in it, though. I wonder if these cracks don't look too bad.
The cracks look as bad as they look.
Okay. I still don't think they're that bad.
For once, your mending did not work. This is the first time your mending didn't work.
Okay. Now, it does say this spell can physically repair a magic item.
It does?
Yeah,
If you
it does.
Look,
It
look
just
at the
can't restore magic.
very last sentence.
It just can't restore magic to an item.
So if the magical item's completely
Ooh. I like it as it is.
It's your call. I'm not. My feelings won't be hurt if you rule
He did
otherwise.
specifically say he picked it up with detect magic.
I know. But I like it as it is, because as it is, and I'll tell you what it is, because you.
Yeah. Cool. I like that.
That's why I like it as it is, because I will turn that on and off randomly in combat.
Okay.
I'll roll a counter, and that counter will be for me only every yeah.
Maybe he mends the actual glass,
Well,
but the
now
magic
that-
inside
now I
is still
should mention-
flickering.
Yeah.
The mending spell does not. It says it physically repairs the magic item, but it does not restore magic. So
Yeah.
if the magic has been
Broken.
broken, then it doesn't fix that.
Yeah, I think that's a great one.
Yeah.
Great version. Yeah.
We found some neat stuff. I give the potion back to Bella. I don't
Should
know
I
what
drink this?
I don't know. I think it's magic. I just have a feeling, but I don't know if it's good or bad magic.
Can I at least see if it's poisonous with my?
Yeah, I was
poisonous
actually
kids?
about to. Dandelion, you're good at looking at stuff like this.
You can do your herbalism or your is it medical or alchemy you're doing?
Throw a guidance on there, whatever you do.
There are two different kits. It's herbalism and then poisoners. So if I just want to check to see if it's not poison, I use the poisoners.
Okay.
Otherwise, the herbalism kit would be like looking for healing potions and stuff.
Okay.
Because I can
So,
make healing potions.
Click your guidance.
Without even needing to, what I'll just say is that as you start looking through without having to roll, it's not natural. This is certainly an alchemy substance. It's not a natural poison, which is what your poisons would say. And you don't believe it to be poison even from the alchemy point of view.
Can we identify a potion by sipping it?
Do you really want to try?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll sip it.
That's not
do,
poisonous.
do you really need to ask?
We're halflings. We're curious.
True.
Yeah. We don't know what the potion is.
True.
Put the guidance on Ursine.
I'm gonna try to find a table because it doesn't. I'll say this: I've got like some of the new stuff that comes out on Roll20. They've actually put the links into tables, which is really great. But of course, this is not about actually do web research here. D&D. That's the one. The table I need. Yeah. And what do we need? Can we go to D100, please? As you sip. Or can I get someone else to roll that as Ursume's
Here we
off the...
Okay.
There you go.
58.
58. Okay. Curious. You feel no effect. You feel that there is some effects that are going to be positive, but you don't see an effect that's going on.
Okay.
Well, that's boring.
I bet you Castle will figure it out when we bring it back to him.
We also don't know how old it is. It might be past its expiration date.
Castle
well,
will
still
know.
neat.
He knows everything.
Man, this lady's taking a long time. We spent like 20 minutes doing ritual casting, another 10 minutes just looking around this place.
I did pack some bread and cheese.
Yeah, but I kind of want to know. I look out the window at the cart. Does it look like it's been disturbed?
The cart's inside with the
Yeah,
guards.
it was on the first floor.
Yeah.
Dang.
And they're bribed to take care of it.
She's talking to the guilds.
Mhm.
You know how they are. They talk forever. She probably has to fill out like 200 pages worth of forms.
Yeah, this is why I don't like dealing with forms. And stuff.
Dumb guilds.
Does anyone want to try to identify or attune themselves to the items?
Is that possible to do? If so, then
Us.
yes.
Yeah. If you have an arcane check, I'll allow an identifier type thing.
I do not.
No?
Medicine.
Or if you want to just try to attune and try to figure out how to activate, you can try that
Sure.
as
I use
well.
nature to figure out what components are in it.
No, because it's the difference between the herbalism and the alchemy are very, it's certainly an alchemy side.
If it's possible to just attune, then I'll do it.
Yeah. To which of the items?
All right, so we got the globe, we've got the potion, and the papers, right? Is that it?
And the little rod.
Oh, and the rod.
Yeah.
I'll try to attune to the rod.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye out outside the building for any suspicious crows or people
Hey,
approaching.
Bella, do you want to try to attune to something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you do the magic now. Maybe these papers have something to do with spells. I don't know.
Guess we could always try.
Why not? We're not doing anything.
Yep.
Yeah, we're just waiting.
Waiting. And did Dandelion want to try to attune to, I think the last thing was the globe?
Oh, sure, yeah. I guess I can do that.
Yeah. So I did put on chat what the globe is. Which is a drift globe. But as I said, it's broken. The magic in it's broken. So you can use its power as normal, but every now and then I'll turn it off for a round and turn it back on for another round. Because it's not totally stable in its
Can it
abilities.
still float? Will it
It'll
like
still
fall?
float. It'll just turn off.
Okay.
And then it'll
Just like
flicker.
turns off and falls to the floor and cracks.
Yeah.
I think we're definitely going to be using it all the time.
Yeah, I've got a light currently behind me, which is turned off at the moment. But even though the lights are turned on, and every now and then it turns itself on because it's broken, which is the one my goblin was trying to change last night.
You have
That's
your
probably
own
gonna
cracked
happen. It's just gonna
drift globe.
randomly turn on
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
while we're stealthing. Bleep.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so we try to attune to these items.
Yeah. So you can. The wand is. It's an offense. I won't tell you what it is, but it's offensive in nature. As in its evocation.
I'm offended by this rod.
It's evocation. It's a one
It's
to
very
multiple
phallic.
target roll. So you can pick
It's an
multiple targets or
evocation.
one person. But that's all I'm
Okay.
going to say. And it's evocation.
I don't know how to use this thing.
Yeah. But
But I
if you
think
want
it's some kind of spell. Bella, you cast spells. Maybe this is better for you.
I mean, I guess maybe.
You're the expert at casting spells. I don't do that. I just adventure.
I mean,
What was the other item?
There's
was
the globe.
papers.
There's some papers as well.
Yeah, and Bella had tried to attune through those.
Yeah. So the papers, you've actually seen these in play quite a bit. If you, like, as you start looking at the papers and you realize you don't actually need to really attune to them to use them, but if you write on the paper, you can see fold marks on the paper.
Oh, it
Like when
turns
you
into the bird and flies to...
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
And
Two
out
pieces.
of character, I am a role player of, almost 40 years. It's a wand of magic missiles.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd guarantee it.
yeah. It is.
Single target or multiple targets. Okay, there's one thing it is.
Yeah.
And your character will be able to use it, I think. Oh, Arcane Trickster. I don't know if you can use wand of magic missiles or not.
I'm okay with people using items that are not. Like, we're pretty open with this. I mean, you haven't. I don't think you've even. Like, I think we don't even do the learning spells because of how Lucky just does things.
Well, then, I will give it to Bella to use.
Yeah. And the drift globe, I'm sure the details are somewhere.
Because she's the spellcaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mainly just like flashbang people.
Yep.
I don't know its range of light, but I think it can float like within
Yeah.
30 feet.
It's there for you.
Oh,
So-
okay.
It's open
Cool.
for you. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong one. There's an actual one called the Cracked Drift Globe.
Oh. Man, I don't get the pretty one.
It
No,
might
you
still
don't get
be
the pretty one. No.
It might be pretty. Don't judge it yet.
No, you don't get the pretty one. Gotta save that.
I think it's pretty, whatever it looks like.
On the inside.
That's right.
Oh.
All you
Where
did
it counts.
mend its cracks.
Yeah. There you go. Now you've got access to that one. Now I gotta try to figure out what the other part was. And what the paper's called, because I've seen it so many times. I've never it's paper bird. You've got that.
Right.
All players have got that in their inventory already, and yes,
Well,
wand of magic
it'll be
missiles.
really
That's
easy.
daylight.
If we have any issue messaging Castle, that'll make it a lot easier.
Well, unless he's underground or underwater. 'Cause-
Unless he's underwater. Yeah.
Yeah. And after you've tuned yourself, you hear from underneath you that there's the meeting's wrapping up.
Oh, finally.
About
Just laying around in
time!
the debris.
I
It took forever.
Really?
And the pigeons are eyeing off the food that Lucky's eating.
share some of the. I pull off some crumbs and throw them to the birds because Lucky likes birds.
Lucky likes everything.
Yep. Except
Okay.
a long day of work.
Yeah, working's kind of a thing. Which Lucky doesn't
Yes.
really do.
Nah.
What's your meeting ID?
And pronunciation guide, there we go. So after you hear the meeting wrap up, you hear footsteps coming up the stairs. If you need to wrap up anything, wrap it up now, as you know that the person's approaching.
We'll just
I am on the floor
put everything in
doing
backpacks.
dust angels
Yeah.
in the dirt.
Everything goes in backpacks,
Yep.
and then we just sit down and twiddle our
Except for me,
thumbs.
who's on my back.
So
Dust angels.
a young lady comes up. I know I've been using young lady, but in this type it actually is a young lady. Walks up the stairs. Heavy set for her build, as in not really as graceful as a lady would be. But she walks up and up the stairs and says, "So this is the group that of the treasure hunters, I hear."
I stand up and I give her a deep bow.
Well, welcome to my abode. I was told that there was something underneath. Is that correct? That you're having to...
Well, we're not 100% sure, but we have reason to believe there might be something underneath your tower. And by something, I mean a lot of treasure.
Mm-hmm.
A lot
I've
of
been able to
treasure.
get through that door. That's
Maybe.
in the basement.
Yeah. Potentially some of the fabled treasure of
A door in the
Waterdeep.
basement. Well, there is a door in the basement.
Yeah.
But you say there's treasure there?
Well, we're not totally sure, but we think there might be.
Interesting.
You know, just not a lot at all.
No, I don't know how much. Is it 10 million dragons or something? I don't know.
I
We'll
very
find it out
much,
when we get there.
I very much doubt that there's 10 million dragons in my basement. But if you do find something, as the holder of this property, the holder of the land, I was told that I could, if I let you in and let you do some searching, I would personally want to help you with the search just to see myself what's there. But is a 10% acceptable?
Yeah.
And she seems apprehensive. Yes?
Sounds
I
about
mean,
right.
if there's anything there,
Okay.
10% of whatever we find.
Okay, well, I'll take you down to the basement and I'll notify the guards that you're helping me out with something and not to be too concerned.
Okay.
But
We have to bring
I am part
5
of the
keys with
landscapers
us.
guild.
Did you hear about the 5 keys?
No, just that you're going to be bringing some things and maybe a
Yeah.
cart or wagon.
Okay, well, we better tell you what those things are so you're not surprised. And then I list off the automation, the beardless dwarf in a wheelbarrow filled with dung, a drow
mostly
hand.
Did-
there's a man in
The
wheelbarrow
dwarf, did the
covered
dwarf
by-
have to be in a wheelbarrow with dung? Is that what you're saying?
Not necessarily,
Yeah.
but we figured we wanted to be incognito.
We thought it was for the best.
And so the dwarf was okay with being hidden in dung.
Nope.
Yes.
Well, I'll say this. He didn't have a word to say against it.
He did argue against it.
But I just love the two opposites right there. That was perfect.
Yep.
It's like, well, I don't want to ask. I'm just going to assume consent in this situation. And
He
you
agreed.
don't know anything.
I would say this. The 10% assumes a certain level of trust.
Yes.
And let me tell you, he's a bit of an odd dwarf. He did agree to have his beard shaven.
That is
Yeah,
true.
that part he did agree
That
to.
is 100% true.
I didn't even know that was possible. I thought that was just a part of them. He survived it?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
still
it's
groaning
fair.
a bit when we were done, yeah.
Yeah,
it's hair.
yeah,
I mean,
he's,
it's a
he's
bit
a
like
bit of an odd one.
Dandelion, when's the last time you checked on him?
I should make sure he's breathing. I go run down.
Yeah. Maybe we'll just go check that quick.
He
Okay.
grew his beard just back immediately. It's like, oh,
Didn't really think of that.
grew so fast.
And
So-
this is
I'll get my
Jules, our automation.
And Jules politely curtsies in the the thick coat that the Nimmerite is currently wearing. So I'm trying to find
Is
a
he still
dwarf
alive in
character.
there? I'm like digging
Yes,
around.
he's still alive.
Okay, cool. I just lift up the tar and just dig around in the pool. He's like, "Are you alive?" I slap his face.
And he's like, yeah,
Okay,
that's
you're good. I
alive.
just bury him again.
I'm assuming he's
And now I
drunk.
just have hands covered in shit. And it's like, I look at the guards like, "What's up? Please open the door for me." While I grab this barrel and wheel it in, or grab the man.
I'm assuming he's drugged.
Oh.
Probably.
Yeah.
Lots of alcohol.
There we go. So there's your dwarf. There's your nimble. We've got that organised. And when you she speaks to the guards and out of earshot to everybody, and she comes back and she's carrying a short sword, which she doesn't seem too confident with. Like she's just holding the sword and the scabbard together as she comes with you.
Just be very careful when we're down there. If there is any danger, just remember you are with 3 professional adventurers.
Yep.
Shh.
Keep it a secret. And I just do a little shush thing with my poo-covered finger towards your face. Keep it a secret.
Right.
Yeah. We're keeping that on the down low. We've also been known as treasure hunters.
That too. Publicly, we are treasure hunters. Onward to the door.
So I'm just setting something up here. There we go. There you go. So we'll move you to the bottom layer. And I'll give you a description before you start walking around or start moving towards the door, which I know you want to do. Because I know this party. Let's move these 2 as well. Okay, so... And we'll go across. And zoom all the way in, because it's a very, very small room that you're going to be into. There we go. So you head down to the cellar. The cellar room consists of a small circular wooden table surrounded by 4 stools made from empty wine barrels or water barrels. A deck of playing cards is scattered across the table, a few cards lying straight across the floor. 3 crates are stacked against the south wall. Each contains you can smell food coming from the crates. Especially the halflings can smell the food, that's for sure. Set into the north wall, a sturdy oak door with iron fittings and a built-in lock. And that's the door. So are you saying this is the door that you want to get through? Is this the mystery?
I'm sorry. What's in these crates?
Yeah, there's
Well, food for the workers.
Oh,
sounds really nice.
yeah, it's pretty good.
They're for the workers.
I guess your workers have to eat too.
Yes.
All right, let's take a look at this door.
Yeah.
Get these out the way.
Lucky workers.
No.
That's a horrible. Just anything to do with food. Anything food related. Yep. So the door itself is a very sturdy door. It's reinforced with metal, and the lock itself looks complex.
Well, this looks easy enough.
And unlike the recent burglary of the smith, this doesn't have the indication of the guild of locksmiths. This is certainly a dwarven style of lock.
Well, do you want to give it a shot first, Bella?
I guess it's worth a shot.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Okay.
So with the guidance.
Yeah, just guidance. Get back down there.
And you fumble around, and the mechanisms of this lock is a lot tougher than normal. They don't move as simple, and when it snaps back, it actually snaps quite strongly.
Lucky, I think I have an idea like it's a bit strong.
It's a bit strong.
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
And
Strong, you say?
yeah, even still, it takes a bit of work to actually force the parts of the lock, which it's still a normal lock. It's just a lot stronger and harder to turn than what you'd expect. And it does open, and we'll open the dynamic lighting. Love dynamic lighting. And the door opens into a very small chamber with arcane runes inscribed in a circle along the floor. The chamber was empty apart from this circle of incantations.
Okay, so the circle has arcane symbols. How many does it have?
Quite a number.
Okay.
I think it's 12.
I think we kind of wish Castle was here right now.
Yeah, just where's Castle? He should be here. This is like totally him.
This is Castle's job.
So you should be able to see.
I wonder what'll happen if I jump into the center. I do that.
Okay, so you jump into the center. Is that your experimentation?
Yes.
Yep, they'll just throw Lucky into the thing.
So you don't have to throw him. He hops right in.
Okay, jump into the center. Nothing happens.
Okay, nothing
That was
happens if you jump in the center. That's good to know. Let's bring all our keys in here. See if that does anything.
So who is holding the
Alright.
keys? We have a great sword, which can't be hidden as a staff anymore. I'm sure that was hidden in the cart.
It was also buried in the poop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I would probably have the drow hand. The automation, of course, is walking on her own.
I'll just start dragging the great sword just for the milk.
Okay. And
I'll just push the
Dandelion
door.
is pushing the wheelbarrow.
Yeah. So the lady actually, when you're
Down the
dragging
stairs.
this massive great sword, and she looks apprehensive at the short sword, and she just looks down at you with this massive sword, which is bigger than her, and she just looks cautiously nervous around you as you're dragging this big great sword behind you. As
Don't
if
worry,
this is your weapon.
it's a key.
Yeah,
It's made
one
of
of the keys.
silver.
Yeah.
So unless you're a lycanthrope, I think you're safe.
Yeah. So the problem is that it's really hard to fit everybody in this.
All right, and I also can't fit the wheelbarrow in there, so I shovel out the
Mhm.
dwarf and drag him over it.
Yeah. So that's all you can fit into the circle.
Okay.
All right, you guys go first, I guess.
And nothing happens
And
when all the
nothing
keys are in there.
happens when all the keys are in this teleportation circle. And it's a tight fit now.
Really wish Castle was here so he could figure out what's happening.
Yeah, I think we all agree on that.
So I'm not proficient in Arcana, but I do have a +3 to Intelligence. Can I at least try to figure out how to activate a teleportation circle?
You can try. I'll give you a try.
But before you roll it, good luck.
Guidance.
Okay.
No, good luck.
You did give me good luck. I just rolled that badly. It's a +4 for guidance.
You just don't know enough about Arcane to know what it is.
Yeah, man, this ain't in my wheelhouse. Usually I just go through trees.
Lucky remembers seeing someone break a magic item to activate one of these.
Oh, break a magic item. That's right. We did see that. All right. Well, we've just found some magic items.
Let's
All
break
right,
that round thing.
Okay. I take that
But we
that
just
cracked
fixed it.
drift globe and I smash it on the floor.
Dang it.
Nothing happens.
No, that didn't work.
Is it still working at least, or is it just shattered completely?
Oh no, I shattered
You
it.
deliberately broke it.
All
it's
right,
probably most-
maybe we should try another magic
The-
item.
As you pull, I'm guessing you're pulling out the little rod, the wand.
Yeah.
If
we
you
are.
pull out the wand and you put one in each hand and you bring it close, the lady just says, "Stop, please," and she just walks past you, and she excuses her way through the mess because it's such a tight space in there, and it's like she goes to the wall and just presses a panel, like a part of the wall, and a door opens.
Oh, thank goodness.
You could have done that 2 minutes ago.
Yeah. And now we have a broken orb.
And we'll have this as our break. I think we'll have our break right here. So scratch off that drift globe, because that's not a thing anymore.
Nope. It was cracked, and now it is shattered.
Yep.
Drift globe pieces. I'm marking that down.
It's more sharp pieces of glass and crystal. So we'll have a break. We'll be back shortly. That just happened. So how many magic items do you have in the group? Just those.
Paper and the wand.
And you just destroyed a third of your magic items.
Oh well.
I don't know if it counts as magic, but I do have a barking box.
It's not magical, it's mechanical.
When you're dealing with someone of my intelligence, it counts as magical.
Yeah. I'll also point out, before we go to our break, is the first magic item that you also got, you gave away.
It's a necklace of fireballs.
Which
Yeah.
you gave away.
I took
Which
it back.
was used
at the
on
end.
us.
I
So-
took the last one right back.
So 50-50 on this. We're going to do a little bit of music, although let's see. There's so many things we should do. We'll just try to set up the music for the break, for the intermission. No! No, that's not going to work. There's so many different things. Let's just go to Matrim then. Go to our normal Matrim 3 strings. Of course, the wrong one. And we'll have a break. So stick around. We'll be back shortly. And hopefully not killing more magic items. So, yeah. Bye. welcome back. My name is Karsh Goblin. We're back for our possibly penultimate chapter or penultimate part of, could be our last, could be our second last. We're at the Vault of Dragons, or at least that's where we believe to be. And let's get this music going a little bit lower so we can actually hear and bring all our cast in. So we'll do the description of what's just happened. Where am I? There's the one I wanted. So the entrance to the vault is hidden behind a secret door of the north wall in the teleportation room. The secret door is so well crafted by skilled dwarven engineers that it requires an immensely high perception roll to pick up. And the lady Azrael Rosner says that she just explains that my men found this earlier when we purchased the property. Just watch your step. It's a long way down. And the stairs descend 90 feet in a spiral staircase down and down into the darkness. Has anyone got light?
We had a driftwood.
We have an arcane trickster.
Mm-hmm.
So
oh, wait,
light
she said
spell?
her men found it? You went through
Yes.
the door?
Sorry?
Got through the door? She said her men found the thing in the room. It's like, you got through the door? It was locked.
This door. You will see. You will see. So we'll get Bella with some light on. Is it 40-20?
Yeah, I believe so, isn't it?
Or players C. Then turn off the others. So I think there's others on here. Well, Cassell's not there, so I can take him off the map. That's what was happening. That's why there was light in there. Okay, cool. So you descend down the 90 feet and it opens up into a 20-foot wide corridor. And the 20-foot wide corridor extends down just into the depths of the city. And the roof itself is 20 feet tall. It's this massive chamber that you're walking into. At the edge of your light, as you're walking through, you can see the corpse of something just sitting there in the darkness. And as you get closer and closer, you realise that, well, you don't actually know what the corpse is, but it's this hideous beast which sits lifeless on the side of the chamber. It looks like it's come out of a crack in the wall, and looks like it's been recently killed at that. And you find yourself in front of, and we'll load it in. It's a big one, so just take your time. You find yourself in front of a large, I think it's adamantium. I'll just check that because I'm pretty sure it is actually. A 20-foot high, 20-foot wide stone corridor. Yep, we've got that. Ends in a double door of adamantium with Dwarvish runes. Does anyone read Dwarvish?
No.
Our dwarf does.
Is the dwarf
Is he awake
conscious?
yet? Well, I did say I was pushing him in. I don't know.
Well, I was assuming that he's drugged, otherwise you're going to have
We
protests.
check if he's conscious.
He's currently not conscious. You can wake him up. You've got some herbalism skills, or you can just slap him around.
Medicine, slap him awake.
Okay. So medicine to slap him
8.
awake.
He is unconscious.
He is unconscious.
Dang it.
I bet you Castle could read this.
I think he may be able to too.
Man, the one episode we need Castle the whole time, and he's gone.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have Dwarven as a language. No.
Mm.
All right. I try again harder, and I slap him this time, like doing an unarmed strike. Can I do that?
You can do an unarmed strike.
Is it just strength?
Well, I'm just going to do, like, as in you've hit him, you've hurt him, he wakes.
Okay.
He was knocked unconscious last night, and he's like, "What? Where am I? What's going on? Who are you?"
Read this. I pick him up. Read this. What does it say?
What's going on? What?
We're here to save your son. Remember?
Save my
I turn him
son?
over to Lucky. I turn him to Lucky. Remember?
Are you doing a
And I turn
persuasion
him back
check on
towards the
that?
door. No, I turn back towards the door.
I will attempt to persuade.
Then what are you saying to persuade him? He's certainly really freaked out. There's like,
All right, so here's the deal.
he also
We're kind of
smells.
in the crapper here, and we
So-
need your help.
Smells like crap, that's for sure.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Quite literally as I look at him and me.
Yeah, you can see our situation isn't very good, but we better find out what those things say, and I bet you know.
And it's a persuasion, not a charm spell. Okay, I was actually expecting the charm. A 16 persuasion calms him down enough. Says, what does it say? It says, 4 keys, bring them forth. What's all that about? Where am I? Who's that woman?
Well, I will pull out the drow hand.
Yeah, just push him forward closer to the door. Don't worry about it. We're here to save
And
your son.
we'll bring all 5 keys forward and see what happens.
How far forward?
Like right until something happens,
Yeah.
or
just
until they're
pressing against the
touching the door, one or the other.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's squished against the door.
Yeah. Get to the door.
Lady Wosno actually moves back away from everybody and starts backing away from the whatever's about to happen. And
It's fine. We're professionals.
Yep.
she's thinking less and less of that after the breaking of the magic item. Just as a heads up there. But as the 4 keys reach that last 5 foot of in front of the doors, you hear creaking happening, and you see the runes on the door start lighting up and fading out, and lighting up and other ones you haven't seen, that were hidden underneath, also come to bear. And there's this there's almost a light show, a vivid light show happening in Sydney right now. A vivid light show starting to just erupt and go across the doors, and you hear mechanics as well start grinding and churning as the doors start separating from the center and slide inwards to the wall.
Let's go.
You want to bring the construct and Dwarf with us, or like set them free?
No, I think we better bring them with us. We might need them.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't want to let them go yet.
I shuffle the door forward. Onward to save your son.
The Lady Rosna's apprehensive, and is it safe? Like,
Stay
No,
behind
there's
us.
obviously a
'Cause,
dead monster right next to us.
yeah, we don't know if it's safe, so you better stay
We don't know.
behind us.
Or just stay out here and don't enter. What was that?
that was a dog fight? Or a cat fight? Or something fight?
I'm thinking a dog fight.
Yep. She's
All right.
apprehensive, but she'll follow. She'll
Yeah.
follow with the...
I'll
She's a
recommend that
noble.
she
should
stay,
probably just stay.
or
She'll
at least
die.
stay a fair bit back. We are treasure hunters and adventurers.
Yeah.
adventurers, but isn't that illegal?
Yes. No. Shush.
Shh. Yes.
She slowly follows the group, but she will follow because she's curious herself.
All right, but it's the risk of her own life.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that the dwarf is in he's like beside me.
Do you want to
can't
control
use
the
it,
dwarf
but it's
movement? I'll give you control of the token for the dwarf, so you can move the token if you would like.
Okay, yeah.
There you go. Congratulations.
He'll be here. He'll be next to me.
I'm going to actually light up my lantern. It has a 30 and 30 foot light radius,
Okay.
just to give us a little bit of extra visibility.
And spread that visibility out.
Yeah.
So 30-30, so that's
So 60-30.
60-30, yeah.
Right.
It's weird how they do it, but yeah. Done.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now I can see.
So you enter this grand, like you thought the entranceway was grand. This is massive. The ceiling, you can't even see it above you. You like the sound of this chamber is just so vast when you're talking. Along the walls are these double and adamantium doors sitting against the wall, so you can see more of them in the darkness. There's massive columns in the central area of the location, and you can just see above in your vision that there is what looks to be walkways above you, but just at the very edge of your 60-foot vision. There's walkways above you that connect these. So I'll give you a mock-up. They go across.
Okay.
From here to here, the walkways. And then I'll just remove those because it's messy. Yep.
Are these like doors or are they like things on the walls?
They're
These weird little squares.
They're doors, adamantium
doors.
doors.
Oh.
more adamantium doors.
We're going to have to go through some of these doors, but I don't know which ones.
So 3 aged, worn columns supporting what looks to be crumbling stone bridges 60 feet ahead. Set into the alcoves are 12 sets of double doors made of adamantium. Each door is 10 foot wide and 10 foot high, embossed with images of dwarven warriors in plate armor.
There's okay. Are there any markings on these doors around the room?
The doors essentially have they've got scroll work on them of dwarves in plate armor, like as in protecting the doors themselves, and it's embossed into the door.
I'll ask
They
my
have-
dwarf if he sees any like writing to read it out loud.
He says, "Where am I? What's going on? What is this place?
We're no idea.
How this is supposed to get my son?
Don't think too hard.
Is he
about it.
down here?"
The guy we're working against has him, so we're trying to get the thing that we need before him, so that we can negotiate for your son.
Persuasion or deception? You get to choose which one you're rolling.
Well, they're both the same, so
No.
I'll roll deception 'cause it seems
The motivation is the reason for which one.
Are you trying to deceive him, or are you trying to tell him the truth?
Well, I'm making it up because I don't know what we're gonna do. We just have him. I just want him to stay calm.
So it's a
Then
deception.
that would be deception.
All right, because the modifier is the same. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's the intent is the catch here. He seems to buy it, but he's still very confused.
I don't know how much more clear we can make it.
Still very confused. He says, "I don't see any markings. Just these warriors. Are we in a dwarven tomb or
If you spot
something?"
any writing,
Are there any locks?
They do look like they've got locks on them.
Hey, Bella,
Yeah.
I have to unlock each and every door.
do you have a good feeling about any of these doors?
Cracks knuckles. We just want to do eeny, meeny, miny, mo and try
Yeah.
one at a time.
Yeah.
Or 12 of them.
Let's start with these ones.
Sounds like a good idea to me, Lucky.
I think this is the kind of place we should look for traps.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I did
probably.
prepare something.
You know, I bet you Dandelion would be good at looking for traps.
Yes, I did
Dandelion
prepare.
sees everything.
I have a thing.
On-
The thing.
Yeah, I gotta see how long it lasts. I'll just put it up there so I don't have to read it.
Find traps.
Okay, it's instantaneous and range.
The spell that is called Find Traps that does not find traps.
Mhm.
It
It
tells you
should.
if traps are somewhere in the area, but it does not find them for you.
Yep. It's a great one. I watched that guide.
It just makes me sick, this spell. Just makes me sick. It's called Find Traps, and it doesn't do it.
Oh boy.
At least we'll know if they're present within 120 feet. But I mean, we just walked around the entire room. I think we're safe.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
120 feet. There are traps here.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you actually look for the traps?
Will do.
Okay.
So, does it give you any more information, like as the strength of them, or if they're magical, or if they're
No.
or mechanical? Nothing at all.
It says you do learn the general nature of the danger posed
Yeah,
by
yeah. It tells you the kind of danger.
Mechanical.
So
it's
So
an
not
alarm
mechanical,
spell.
magical.
Magical.
Okay.
But that's all the detail.
Alright. Well, I'll just roll perception then. With guidance.
On which door?
We're
The
going to
one
start
that-
with this bottom left and move. Go up from there, I think. Ooh, nice roll.
Yeah.
Okay. You do not find any traps.
Well, Bella, want to give it a try?
Yep.
How far is 120
Good
feet?
luck.
All right.
You do not open the door with a 13.
Lucky.
Let me give it a try.
Maybe today this must not be my lucky day.
21.
You do not open the door with 21.
Oh shit.
Uh-oh.
I should
These
say
are really
doors
good.
plural,
Mm.
because there's 2 doors.
Should we try another set of doors?
I guess we might as well. Yeah, I think we'll just work our way upwards.
Yep.
And I think we'll follow the just same pattern. Dandelion will look for traps, and then Bella will try to open the lock, and if she doesn't succeed, Lucky will try.
Yep.
Mm.
Does Bella have guidance or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
gives me-
everyone's having guidance right now.
There's
Yeah,
guidance
that's
going everywhere.
concentration.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, but one
Um,
at a time.
Yeah. You don't have
Okay.
any. You don't believe that there's any traps.
I didn't roll guidance, but oh well.
All right. Bella's turn.
19.
19. You fail to open the doors.
Lucky, your turn. These things are tricky.
They
No,
are
I can't
very
get it
complex
either.
locks. You catch parts of the lock, you move it like normal, and then there seems to be always just this another barrier, there's another issue, there's another. And
Well,
yeah,
let's keep trying.
it's a struggle.
Yeah.
You know who could probably open these locks? Castle.
Yeah.
Can I ask the dwarf to help me look for traps or things in the door? Because he has stone cutting, right? Can you just give me the help?
He
action?
does. I'll give him advantage for looking for traps. So
Yeah, I
let's.
still have guidance, right?
You still have guidance on you. I don't actually have a dwarven character. I've just got the token.
Huh?
I don't have a character linked to the token to the.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if he could give me advantage.
Oh yeah,
Doing-
okay, that makes it
him
easier
doing
then.
the help
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
You
I was
don't
gonna ask
find
him to
any
give me
traps
the
in
help
there.
action.
Hey,
Alright,
go,
stay-
Bella.
Oh boy.
Again, you think you're safe.
We're safe. I think it's all
safe.
good.
20.
Well, if that doesn't open it, nothing will.
Okay,
So that's
so
32.
at 32, this time as you're going through, you're getting an idea of what's going on. You feel like this time that as you're going through it, when you're setting the catches to the positions, they're actually staying where they need to be, and then as if the other doors were fake. And this is the true door that finally you've been able to open, the real door that's here.
That's why
And-
we couldn't open those other doors. They weren't
You
real
hear-
doors.
As you do that as well, you hear something else. Oh, where's GM layer? GM layer. Right? No, that way. The weird thing they've done here, which I like, but it's the map layer. There you go. So you hear some grinding and you hear some movement, and the wall behind the doors actually slides down and opens up, and the doors move inwards.
Okay, this is the way.
And lucky you see that there's a painting to the north, a mural across the wall. Dandelion as well, you can see this painting, the red line there.
Yep, I see it.
Can I get a
What's it
perception?
painting of?
Oh, can I get a perception, please?
Oh, no guidance on that.
No guidance. And from each of you, please. 23 from
I-
Lucky.
And I can't see this, right?
I don't see anything.
I'm just trying to get
Lucky points. Hey, look, there's a mural, and I'm like, where?
everything's really
There.
slowed down for some
There.
reason.
Look!
Yeah. So
There!
you do see the mural, like you each see the mural, but Lucky actually sees it moving. As in the painting is moving. The mural that you can see seems to be a battle between dwarves and goblins. And it's a large mural, it's a 30 by 30 foot mural across the wall to the north. But it's only Lucky that saw that there was actually movement in the painting itself.
Oh, I'm gonna go check that out right away. I go over there.
Does he tell it's moving? It's like, is it
Yeah.
coming to life? Is it going to come
Moving.
out?
Moving pictures!
I put the dwarf behind me. Be careful.
You actually bring him
It
with
might
you?
come to life. Oh yeah, he's behind me.
Yeah. Okay. I'm on the wrong layer to. That's why I was having problems. And of course the others are following you. You also notice that the wall is dropped down behind this area too. That the doors to this side would also have opened.
Okay.
So there's two different ways of doing it. So if you missed the lower ones, you also could have got the next ones up. You didn't need a 28. You just needed doors which are openable. So the scene itself is what looks to be a rural setting where you have dwarves fighting for their village, protecting themselves from an incursion of what looks to be goblins, a horde of goblins, and they're just fighting. And as you're watching, you see the realism from some of the faces. You see the passion from some of the individuals in there. And you see that, like, some of the goblins, although you can see them as goblins, you can also see past that and see them, some of them as more than that, maybe humans. And again, for the dwarves, you see some of the dwarves have very much human or elven characteristics which are not really dwarven. And it seems a little bit out of place, but it's not all of them. It's just every now and then you just see those little glimpses that maybe there's more going on. And as all that is happening, everything goes dark. Everything goes absolutely dark.
Wow. Hello?
Bella?
What? Why isn't this stupid knife work? Why isn't this stupid knife not working?
As you wake up in a small building, in a rural setting, you're sleeping on a cot made of straw. You hear the sound of goblins outside.
Are we with everyone, or are we like?
Together.
Are we all in this little group? Is the dwarf with me, or is
Yes,
the
dwarf is
construct
with
this?
you.
What's happening?
Even
I thought it was going to come to life and kill us.
well, it's come to life, but the other way around. Your life's been pulled in.
Oh no.
As you
pull
look
out
at
my knife.
everybody looks like they're a dwarf, but you can see the reality's past that, just that little bit.
I think we
Patting
better
on the
go.
wall. How do we get out?
I think we're
The-
gonna have to take out these goblins.
The lady immediately just draws her sword, and in confidence, she goes to the window and starts looking out.
Goblins? How many?
It looks like a horde. We may have to try to fight our way out of here.
Are
All
they
right.
real though, or is this just an illusion?
I
Are
who
we
cares?
asleep?
I pull out my dagger. Ah! And
Alright.
charge for the door.
Dandelion shrugs, like I guess. There's nothing else in this. There's nothing else in this hut, right?
Nothing. There's
look
you're in
around.
a what looks to be a normal dwelling, large enough to house everyone here. And it's most certainly a rural setting, but outside is what looks to be a dwarven rural town. But it's being attacked.
All right. The dwarf doesn't have any weapons. Does anyone have a spare weapon for the dwarf?
The lady
just
pull,
punch
the
someone.
lady
Yes.
pulls a
I-
dagger from out of nowhere and gives it to the dwarf.
He's
Stay
been
behind
holding
us.
out on us.
Stay behind us.
All right, and I prepare my spells.
As you exit the door, the sounds of the fight emerge ever louder, and there's this massive conflict going on. Do you join the conflict? Do you try to escape? What do you do?
I think we try to escape if we can.
Are you heading out the front gates or from the side? It looks like a walled community that the goblins have gotten past the walls.
Well, if there's a gate for the walls, then yes, that's what we gotta head for.
Okay, so as you're trying to get from the gate, you're accosted by you're almost at the gate or almost at the walls, and a group of goblins see you and they charge. And as they charge, the lights go out again. You wake up in a small village, in what looks to be a small hut inside, on straw pallets.
Don't go for the gate. Okay. Next try.
Is this what the maze was like for you, Lucky? You wandering around in it? Is this a weird looping thing?
I don't like this.
The lady goes to the window, draws her short sword, goes to the window, already drawing a dagger, and just looking around like, wait, what the?
Yeah, we're back here.
It's like a game. We have to figure out the right answer.
I wish Cass was here. He'd know what to do.
He's good at puzzles.
I still believe it's some sort of illusion, and I want to try to figure out how to get out of it.
Okay. So how are you going to try to do that?
I'm just going to tap around, looking at the area we're in.
It certainly feels solid. It certainly feels real.
I turn to the dwarf. Does he know like a legend about this? Like a dwarf? Like, where is this place we're at? He has no idea.
No idea. No idea.
What? You don't know. How is any of us gonna know? You're the expert.
Yeah, you're
That's
a
why we
dwarf.
got you. I open the door again. Let's go right at the battle this time. See what happens.
All right, let's go kill a goblin. See what happens.
Okay, so you head out to the battle. Are you working together? Are you splitting off? What's the strategy?
Oh, we're
we're
always
together.
working together.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fight itself, you head out. I'll get the fight going again. So you head out into the fight, and you make a good deal of yourself. You see, as you're heading out though, and you're fighting, some of the other dwarves are looking at your group, and as if like trying to figure out who you are. And they seem to be like not understanding of who you are or what's going on, and they're fighting as well. Some of them are falling in battle. The lady, she actually is quite skilled somehow, and she's making like she's protecting the others quite well. The automation that you have as well just gets slaughtered and picked apart by goblins, and they pull its head off, and they run around with the head. It's just narration.
We can't stop that. Okay.
No, member was told not to hurt anything. That's the programming. The next to fall.
He's just following us around.
Yeah. The next to fall is who else have we got in the party? Actually no. Well, the lady's protecting the dwarf. So the next to fall is Dandelion. You get set upon by several of the goblins. You transform into a wolf, and more goblins come after you. They try to ride you and then try to drag you to the ground, and they're ferocious. And it just keeps on going, where the more you fight, the more you just set upon. And then everything goes dark. You wake up in a small bunk bed, each of you, or a small bed of straw in a small little village.
Yeah,
I don't
this is
like
pointless.
That wasn't the right answer.
Should we try killing a dwarf?
I don't think
We
it's going to do
tried.
anything.
No. What other ways could we go? There was the battle. There was the gate. What else was there? What other
Well,
options?
As you notice, as you remember, you try to remember what's going on, and the memory fades fairly quickly of what's going on. But you try to think. There was a feasting hall in the village. There was.
Well, that was our mistake. We didn't go for the feasting hall first.
Clearly,
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's a feasting hall.
Don't even bother telling me what the other options are. I go for the feasting hall.
There's smiths. There's other things in the village. Yeah. So you head out into the battle, and
I'm so hungry.
This is really stressful.
I'm going to stay in the hut and just meditate while they go out. Just
Yep.
see what happens there.
Yep.
Just restart.
so you stay in the hut. You die.
Cool.
The others, they get to the
Scholars come in
feasting
and they're
hall.
just sitting here
You get to the entrance to the feasting hall, and it's a fight. The lady again is doing the lion's share of the work. Her cloak and everything is just covered, like her clothes are covered in blood by the time you get to the feasting hall. It's obvious she's much better fighter than what she was putting on. Much better. The dwarf falls again on the way. You know, as you get to the entrance of the feasting hall, you look around. Where's Dandelion? Where's Dandelion gone?
Yeah, she. Who knows where everyone is? It's chaos.
As you get to the feasting hall, you find inside is a large mural on the end wall.
Ooh, we're looking for that.
And the mural is of what looks to be a dark dungeon in the middle of, like, that's nondescript. You see the back of some doors in the distance.
Now, before we get too close to this mural, important question. Is there any food in this feasting hall?
Yes, there is food.
Okay. The mural can wait.
So after a while of eating and feasting, the goblins storm and they come in and they kill you.
This is a good way to go.
And everything goes dark. Again, you wake up.
Hey, Dandelion.
Yo.
So there's a mural in the feasting hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
It says of a dungeon. I think that's probably where we're supposed to go. But if we're gonna stop for lunch, it better be a short lunch.
Just run and grab it.
Just grab and go. Just grab and go.
Yep.
Yeah.
You line it towards the mural.
So again, as you leave the hut, this time things are slightly different. This time, as you look around the party, you're not dwarves this time. This time you're the goblins running through the actual town itself. It's the dwarves who are attacking you. And you're the bad guys, you're the invaders, and you're running towards the hall. The dwarf who is part of your party, who's now a goblin and very confused, is almost set upon by, or is about to be set upon by a group of dwarves. You may need to be lucky to actually have him survive, or do you leave him die?
No, if I can save him, I will.
Okay, so if you spend a luck point, then he'll survive. And
Okay.
you reach the feasting hall, the invaders, like, you throw open the doors, and the dwarves behind you on the outside are just shocked that you've made it to their sacred space, and they start charging up to the doors.
Burn them up from feet to head. Make them hurt and make them dead. Might as well play the part.
I'm just beelining it towards the mural. It's like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, gotta get through here. Pardon me.
So do you stand and fight? Do you run? What do you do?
I'm going to try to run to the mural.
You're just inside the
Go
door
towards the
itself.
mural.
Oh, we'll try. Can we close the door and bar it somehow?
Can I get a
We'll do
strength
that.
check?
Strength check.
Yep, normal
Help
strength check.
me!
I'll help.
Help me!
So even with help, it's a normal roll.
Can Bella roll instead of Lucky?
Yep. So even with the assistance, it's a normal roll because of the sheer size of these doors and the like the big bar that goes across it. And the doors, you're almost there, and the dwarves come in and push the doors in, and a fight erupts, and you end up fighting for yourselves. Are you going to just try to get out of the fight? What are you going to do to try to get out of the fight? Or are you
Well,
going
they
to...
were at the door. I just beelined it towards the mural, so
Yep.
I'm just trying to get to the mural.
Yeah. After they breach the feast hall, I'll try to get to the mural as well.
Okay. So everyone's just like, leg it, get out of here, get out of here. As you get to the mural, you've got 1 round in front of the mural. What are you going to do to it? Like, you got 1 round till
Try to
anyone
find the
else
place
comes.
we were at and touch it.
I bet you we jump in.
Just touch it.
I tried jumping at the mural.
As it goes dark, you find yourself in a cold, wet hallway or cold, wet stone room in front of a mural, in front of dwarves looking out of the mural, like just full of anger, and just they're paused and stopped.
Oh, finally, I get up and walk
And
away.
you see it actually, you see it reset for the first time from the outside.
That was weird. I didn't like that.
Is everyone okay?
Is the dwarf dead?
The dwarf
I
survived
checked.
because she spent a luck.
Everyone's
Okay, cool.
okay. All right.
We could have done that as combats, but you know how long combats can be, and
Yeah.
we could have been here for days, weeks.
I think maybe we should take those. But before we do anything, I have an idea. I go back to the adamantium doors, and I'm going to shut them.
The big doors or the...
Yeah, the big front doors.
Yep.
I'm going to reshut them and see if I can reset the lock.
Mm-hmm. So you need all the keys with you for the doors to
Okay.
activate.
Well, we have them all.
Yep.
And I just want it locked behind us because it just occurred to me that we might get somebody following us.
If we do, hopefully they get in that mural and get stuck forever. Goodness.
There you go.
Okay.
Pretty much where it goes. So
Okay.
The front doors to the vault are sealed, and you're now sealed inside.
I don't know if we needed to do that or not, but it occurred to me that if those baddies are following us, that we don't want them to come in.
You see a mural in the distance. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. I go take a
revert
look.
my eyes and walk up the stairs.
I tackle him.
I will say that the mural was always in the... Like, I'll just say, the mural's always in this section, but I changed it to a different trap, which I had to play through once in a different campaign many years ago. My character was trapped for 3 sessions in that thing by themselves.
Wow.
I did get 2 levels from it, though. So,
Just sit here and grind goblins.
yep, it wasn't goblins. It was a lot worse. So there's stairs which looks like they go up into the darkness above, into the top landing, and we're going to get everyone together and do a big copy and paste swipe thingy. Where is it? It's going to zoom out and zoom in. There you go. This place is huge, huge map. There we go. That's where we find ourselves. New ping. There we go.
There's that continue up, apparently.
Yeah.
I will...
And that sound asset wasn't from the Dragon Heist one. That was from the Rise of the Rune Lords sound set.
Are we
So
going
just
down this
hold
hallway?
on. We'll,
Let's stick together.
yeah, stick together. And let's just wait. We'll do subscriptions. We'll get some audio coming. There we go. So let's... So past the fresco, 20 foot. Okay. So the height of the hall is 20 foot. So the height of the hall here is 20 foot. There are 3 pillars that line the hallway through the central part of the hallway, each forged to look like war hammers, with their heads pressed against the floor. To the west wall bears a cracked mosaic that depicts a dwarf smith at a forge crafting dwarves out of black metal and diamonds. Three archways lead to the east and lead to crumbling bridges that span the entrance foyer below 60 foot. At the end of each bridge are 2 double adamantium door.
Well, these are the bridges we saw above our heads before. We better not fall down these bridges.
And the fresco goes the whole length along here.
The first one doesn't look all that stable. Let's look at the second one. Oh, that's really bad. All right, let's look at the third one. Oh boy. They're all in
Also,
bad
I'm
shape.
avoiding any murals. I'm not looking at any murals.
It's not moving.
Nope. I'm not looking at it. I don't know what it is. I'm not looking at it.
So you don't get the connection that dwarves are crafted in the forge. It's right there. That's how babies are made.
Not looking
I
at it.
always wondered how that was done.
As you're going down, you hear something. And you hear some movement, and a door opens up. To the south, a door opens up as Dandelion and the dwarf go to the south. And there seems to be a small chamber. The fresco itself just disappears, and the chamber opens up behind.
Let's check this out. Come on, everyone.
I'm avoiding any murals, so I wait for them. It's like, nope.
Nope.
I don't
not gonna
trust
happen.
anything.
No.
Nope.
So this
Nope. I'll wait out here.
this dust-filled room has lain untouched since the time of This dust-filled room has lain untouched since the time of the Delzun dwarves. Green copper urns sit on platforms overflowing with gems and coins sit around the outsides of the room. There are 5 large copper urns.
We better check for traps before we start grabbing.
Yeah.
Don't be hasty.
Yeah.
All right.
How are you checking for traps?
I'm going to just take a look and see if it's anything obvious. And in that looking, I'm going to take my time. So it's probably going to take me about 10 minutes to look. And I might get an idea if something is...
Something is magical. Okay. So let's give you some hints. Let's see. There is indeed magic. You believe that there might be something magical in the urns hidden away.
Right.
And if it was in any of them, it would be in the second one. It has to be the second one.
The second one. I got a feeling that second one. There's something magic about that. I don't know if it's good magic or bad magic.
If they were to hide anything magical, it's always going to be that second one.
Yeah. Now there were 5 altogether?
There's 5 large copper urns.
What that does mean to me is that 1, 3, 4, and 5 are probably good. Oh, we got moved around.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Keep going.
Okay. So I would stay away from number 2. Number 2 gives me a bad feeling. Because number 2 is the code they use for poop. So I think that's the poopy one. Makes sense?
If you say so.
Makes perfect sense.
Makes sense to be Lucky.
I go to the 5th urn and grab the gems and jewels and gold.
So inside the 5th urn, unlike the others, there's it seems empty until you look into it, and you actually have to look up and over and into it because it's about your height. This old copper urn, which is turned green in age, holds a single 9-inch tall silver statuette of a dwarven priest with amethysts in its eyes.
I like that. I'm gonna crawl in, see if I can grab it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just 2 little halfling feet.
Yep.
One at the top.
Yep. It weighs 10 pounds, and it's, I won't tell you the values, but it's worth a bit.
Okay, I take it.
Mm-hmm. And you work your way out of the urn. There's 4 more.
Yep. I'll let Bella.
I'll go up to the 4th one.
The 4th urn.
There.
Yep. So as you look into the 4th urn, again, this is not filled with overflowing with gems and gold and things like that. Inside the 4th urn, as you look in, it's hard to see, but there seems to be gemstones in the bottom.
Ooh, shiny.
Mm-hmm. Blue quartz gemstones, 33 of them.
Ooh. Yeah, I'll grab them. Let's crawl in there, I guess, and grab them.
Just have my eyes covered. Is everything okay, guys? Did you find anything? Or are you trapped in another thing?
Not yet. I go to the 3rd one.
Okay. The third urn is the one that's absolutely piled high with gold.
Ooh. I start piling it into my backpack.
Yep. There's still 2 more.
Oh, wow.
And you know the second one has something magical inside.
Yeah. Good or bad?
I mean, do you think?
Well, why don't you? I think you should go to the 1st one.
Okay, I'll go the 1st one.
Mm-hmm. So inside the 1st one, you see that there's a large mixture of copper coins. But as you're pulling them out, as you're scraping them out, you notice a few things. That they're not current, they're not from Dragon, so they're not from Waterdeep coins. They're certainly not local. They seem to be dwarven coins and a mixture of dwarven coins at that. And inside there's also 5 tourmalines, gems.
Grab all that I can.
All right. I'm going to check out that 2nd one, but I think you should go back.
Are you sure? Maybe I should do it, Lucky.
Because maybe they'll blow up.
Yeah, but you've already almost blown up once.
Yeah, and so I have experience.
Maybe I should get some experience.
I'll approach now, still covering my eyes. Is it safe to look?
I don't know.
I mean, we think
Well,
so.
neither of you have nothing has happened, so I'll just walk in. All right. He'll approach, and I'll prepare for a healing word in case he does explode.
Okay. All right, you guys, stand back.
Will do.
And I
So-
head to the second one.
The second one is overflowing with coins. Again, silver pieces. Again, mixed, not locally, but dwarven styles, and different dwarven nations. And again, as you're pulling them out, and a large sum of them, at the bottom there seems to be, well, not at the bottom, but mixed into there seems to be rings, golden rings.
How many rings?
10 golden rings.
Not 5.
Do I have a feeling that, just a gut feeling, which of them are magical, if any?
Problem is that does stick around, and I'm going to say yes. So yes.
Yeah, I'm going to I'll take my time.
Yep. There is one of them which is magical, and you have a gut feeling that if I was a magical ring, this is the one I would want to be.
Okay, well, Lucky is probably in the urn, feet dangling out, and he in the spirit of Bilbo Baggins, he just puts it on his finger.
His feet disappear. No, I'm kidding. No.
Just his finger disappears.
And then he comes out and he says, 9 golden rings!
You feel a warmth envelop you.
Okay.
Just
On fire,
a
almost.
gentle warmth envelop you, like when you're sitting in front of a fire eating a nice
I like
meal.
that.
Type of
Yeah,
warmth.
this is
yeah.
a good ring.
Mm-hmm.
No, no explosions.
No,
Yep.
no explosions.
Anyway. All right, so I bring the nine rings I found, and I'll pop them in my pocket as well. 650 silver worth.
Yep. You also think that the copper urns themselves will be valuable in of themselves, or in of
But they're
themselves.
really big.
They're big.
Yeah.
They're
Maybe we
heavy.
could
I'll
come
go
back
call over
for
the
them.
lady if she wants to take those and have her guards come down her and pick them up.
Yeah.
They're pretty hefty.
They are actually quite heavy, each one of them.
But we have a wheelbarrow. You can have it when we're done.
Are you going to take the poo off it? So I don't
Yeah, you
want
just
that
dump
part of
it.
the deal.
Oh, well,
You just dump it.
yeah, I bet you we can clean it up. I like to clean.
I'm neutral about it.
So I get a share of this as well. That 10%.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. So is this
We'll
the
tally
grand
it up
treasure?
at the end.
Was this
What's
the
that?
grand treasure
Yeah.
you're looking for?
Oh, I don't think so. I think we're looking for a lot more than this.
But it's still
But-
pretty good.
It's a start. We're doing
Who knows what
okay.
we'll find deeper down. We also don't know how long this will take. It could probably take like an expedition going down further. Who knows?
No, I think it'll all work out for us. Let's try one of these bridges. This one here looks to be mostly intact.
Actually, I'm going
Let's
to bring
go.
It's going to bring things down because you're all spread out again. There we go.
And if you
hold
want,
on.
you can just give me
Just
control,
hold on.
and I'll just move them with me.
Yep. Okay. So it does look like it's more intact than the other two, or at least than the middle one, because the middle one has separation. In the middle, like where just in front of you, it's really crumbly, and as you start creeping forward, you can feel it just. It just doesn't.
One at a
seem-
time. One at a time. I'm going to try going across.
Yep. So you get it past the crumbly bits, and you hear it drifting off, like falling onto the ground deep below. There's no railings,
It's very exciting.
and you should be just seeing the very end of your light, the double doors.
I see a door. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have been the one to do that because I have a parachute.
I knew it would be okay.
Who's next?
Me.
Also, do you want me to like give the tokens control to me so I can just move them all together? So you don't have to keep moving them.
If you want
get
to,
lost.
I can give you the dwarf because it's not actually assigned or anything, but the others are elsewhere. Yeah.
Okay.
So again, as Bella crosses, you feel like you can hear the crumbling hitting the floor beneath you. Very, very far beneath you.
All right. And I'm going to do a 10-foot running long jump, and my strength is 14, so I
Okay.
can jump 14 feet in a
So,
long jump. So that's
Mark
5,
on the
10,
map.
and then I jump.
Mark on the map where you're jumping from and where you're landing.
It is from here. Move my token. I jump there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to land here.
Okay. I mean, like you. What I meant is you could like there to there. Yeah, that's what I meant. Where you can actually just mark on the map to tell me where you're jumping from and whatnot. You can, as you land, you hear again that crumbling deep below, a bit more than the other two, because you land with a bit of a force. And the lady just says,
Roll
Okay.
forward.
"I think I'll just
Bella,
stay here if that's
Maybe
okay."
back up 10 feet here.
Lady Wilson was like, "I think I'll just stay over here and watch our backs."
That sounds good.
And you
And
tell.
you take care of the dwarf and Jules as well, okay?
Yes, I think that's the safer option.
Okay.
As you get to a solid adamantium door on the other side of the bridge,
Is it locked?
there is a lock.
Bella. Good luck.
Oh, actually,
Hey.
I'll just check if there is a lock. More fun when there's not.
Well, then she
Uh,
definitely unlocks it.
I just poked the door with my feet.
It's totally unlocked.
Yeah, just totally unlocked. Yeah. There is no lock, but it doesn't move.
When it doesn't move.
Doesn't move.
Okay. Uh-oh. Door?
No door handle. Is just a slab of stone?
It's not stone. It's a block of adamantium.
Oh.
And you can tell it's certainly a door. It's like you can tell the difference between the wall and the door.
I knock on it. Hello?
Adamantium is very dense and doesn't really even flex. Like doesn't have a big
I
sound.
didn't think I was going to bend it. I just
No,
wanted
it
to knock
doesn't
on it
have
like a door.
an audible ding
Okay.
unless you hit it with big metal.
Well, that's bad news. I think we're going to have to try a different one of these bridges.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to be the one to do it though.
You go first, Bella.
Yeah.
Again, you hear the ground, the scattering of masonry hitting the ground deep below.
Oh, do you think maybe it's like a 3-part puzzle or something? I'll wait on this end, and you guys go to the... Because there are 3 of them, and there's 3 of us. Maybe we could try at each door and see if there's like a thing.
Were there any markings on the door or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll go look for markings.
Let's check.
I don't have any light source, so I pull out some twigs and light the twigs on fire with my druid craft. So I have dim light around me.
Yeah, I'll put that in a sec. There's no markings on the door. I'll be nice. I'll give you 10
Tell me
5.
what you guys see.
But as you move past, because you're spreading out now, as you're moving to the other doors, before you moved, coming out of the cracks is this black ooze that just seeps out of the cracks as you walk past.
Yucky.
Yep, yucky indeed.
Bye.
Is it
And
just
very
them?
slow ooze, these. And we'll put lady on there. Okay. And do you want to be in the dandelion, even though you haven't heard anything yet?
Yeah, I was gonna ask if I could.
Yeah.
3.
That's okay. I rolled an 18
Take so
and
long,
got.
guys.
I rolled an 18 and got 5. Yeah, that's a big minus. Lucky this ooze just starts coming out of the walls while you and Bella are walking past.
Okay, so first thing that happens is thank you. Well, there's been a lot of masonry already broken loose, so
Yes.
I think another piece of masonry breaks loose. So there we are.
Wow, that slowly rolled onto 17.
Yeah. So 23 to hit.
23 is a hit. Just looking at conditions. 5 points of force. Okay, yep.
And that's the bonus action, and then maybe that hit a little bit harder.
Maybe hit a little bit harder with Toll the Dead. Okay.
That's wisdom save.
Yep. Wow, this is not going to happen. It's the first one, not the second. My system's slowing down. Yeah, that's a 1.
Okay. So another 4.
Okay.
And I will move there.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll say you're not engaged yet because like it just came out as you're coming out and you've both got
Okay.
initiative over it. So you can choose not to be next to it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, if I've got that option, then I'm going to go away. So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll go there.
Okay. Bella.
I guess I will just guess I'll just stab it.
Stabby stabbies?
Yeah, just stabby stab.
Are you by yourself?
Yeah.
You do have a wand.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do have that. Yeah, I want to use that.
Okay. Use your wand.
Should be
Abracadabra.
3d4 plus 3.
So 3d4 plus 3. Actually, can I get a just a d20 roll first? And choose high or low. What do you... Oh, high or low before it rolls.
I
Okay. Hopefully roll high and it may work. Roll got 14, so it works. 3d4 plus 3. Doesn't always work.
14.
Whoa! Wow, that's a big one. So as you just
That was, it was
Point-
one off from max.
point the
Yeah.
stick out and go, die, work. You feel it not wanting to come out. You feel the energy just not wanting to come out. There's then just this influx of energy, just these motes of force shoot out of the wand. They fly around a bit, and then they come back and hit the black pudding in front of you and splash this tar substance all over the place and all over the mural behind it. The lady says, oh God. And you can see, you just hear this pained thought across her face, and then it's like, oh crap. And she just charges in. And she's just given up the pretense of being a lady.
Wow.
Look familiar?
Yeah.
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 And she strikes twice. Once for 10.
Lucky, she's amazing.
Actually, does he get
Also-
sneak attack on that?
No.
Sneak attack.
No.
No.
Not unless she had
Um,
advantage.
No, doesn't have sneak attack. Okay, just checking. And the black puddings go.
The noble has sneak attack.
Can you see the
It's
noble from where you are?
No, she.
No, you can't.
It's
I
it's
can't
the,
see anything.
No.
It's
The
the
Black Viper.
yeah.
So
But me, I'm surprised.
pseudopod. Oh shit. How much is that? Oh no.
How much is
Wait, no. It's the one. Not I'm seeing the two. Okay. So it's the crit. It's the fumble, not the crit.
We can't see any of these rolls.
Oh,
we
you can't? Okay. So I rolled a 1 and a 20 just then.
Wow.
Yeah, and the damage was extreme.
But the one was the real
The
attack.
one was the real one, yeah. And I was
Well,
like,
that's very good.
yeah. Okay, let's change that so you can see it, but yes. It is Dandelion's go. You hear combat behind you.
Guys, what's happening? I'm like holding this little match.
Big black sign!
Alright, let me get over there.
Yeah. And you jump, or you just running?
60 would only get me halfway across, so I'm just gonna get to the corner and try to see if I can like see anything from here. Yeah, I can't.
No, you
So I'm
can't.
just like looking like, what's going on, guys? I use my movement and then my action to dash over, but I wouldn't have enough to get across the.
Yeah. You do see that the dwarf is looking to run from where you're going, but he's not going. Yeah, He's looking to cross where you're coming from. He's looking to run away.
He's coming towards me.
Don't do it, buddy. You're heavier than us.
Yeah. Are you telling him not to do it?
I'll use my last 10 feet of movement to back up. Like, no, don't. No, not while I'm on here.
Lucky.
All right. Well, this thing has obviously just started a real collapse of this building.
Oh, it's another big hit. 8 force.
And even more.
With Toll of the Dead. I don't think it's going to pass any of these Toll of the Deads. Nope.
Nope. That ain't going to do it. Oh, another 9. That's good damage. And I'm going to move just a little bit as well.
The sound was coming through quite low then, but I heard it.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just said I was moving further away as well.
Yep.
That's good. 17 damage.
And Bella.
Yeah, okay, so...
You could move into flank with this, yeah.
Yeah. Go up, which is flanking. So...
So switch on all your advantages and sneak attacks.
Sneak attack.
Crit.
And try to show off against your
Show her how it's done.
Yeah.
Show how we do it in the docks.
23, 6,
is a hit.
11. Yeah, so 11 damage.
I think they should have like immunity to spiky damage, but it doesn't have it anymore. And you're not doing slashing, you're doing stabbies.
Yeah.
So the lady who's again dropped all pretense of being a lady,
And now has flank.
and now has flanking, so has advantage, and there's going to be a sneak attack as well. So 1, 2.
And got a crit.
And got a crit, yeah.
Yeah, well that crit's also going to be the sneak attack one.
Yeah.
Does that also crit as well?
Yes, it does.
Oh my god. So that crits
30, 45. I'm seeing 53 damage.
50 damage on something that's not that.
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's just...
It's okay, Dandelion.
You got it?
Yeah,
We killed
Alright,
it!
Bella
Wow.
killed it.
Nice. What was it?
Just a big puddle of goo. But it was-
Dandelion, I think I'm a wizard.
That is amazing.
I could use the wand.
Maybe we don't need castle after all.
Nope. We got you. Way better.
All right, I'm going back up here.
Lady Rosner turns to as you're going up and just puts a and she puts the sword away and goes back to the pretense of being the lady.
Okay. I do believe I said Bella killed the thing.
Yes,
so-
you did. You did.
Which is the way Lucky sees it anyway.
And it's what the dwarf heard as well.
All I know is Bella like did this amazing thing, and this thing was shuddering, and then this other person like, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
you just kind of stole the kill.
Yep.
Yeah, I got it down to like 1 point of damage.
Yep.
1 point
All
of
right.
health. And
So this bridge looks really bad.
Yep. So the bridge to the north looks bad closer to the door itself. The one in the middle does have a gap. What are we going
Yeah.
to resolve first?
Do yours first.
yeah, so
So where are you jumping from? Where are you landing? So use your drawing
guess-
tool and just mark where.
You can
Well,
jump a total of feet equal to your strength score.
Yep.
yeah, so I can jump 15 feet. So I try to get there. And
And jump to say there.
yeah.
Okay. So you'd make the jump. There's no skill required. But as you jump, this section that you jumped off falls.
Okay. Cool.
So it's going to be 20 feet from now on.
Cool.
The gap.
Yep.
Okay.
Can I also... Oh, yeah. Yep.
So Lucky is going to just tiptoe. He's not going to jump. He's just
Yep.
going to try to move very slowly.
Yep.
It's like tiptoe, tiptoe, tiptoe. Tiptoe.
As you get past that, you hear crumbling, falling from underneath and hitting the ground.
He holds his breath. Tiptoe. Tiptoe.
Still more
And he sucks
crumbling.
it. And he sucks in his belly. Tiptoe. Tiptoe.
Still more
Too much
crumbling,
air
and
in.
then after that, it's okay. You feel like you're safe. You passed the worst.
Oh, that one doesn't look or feel so good going over. Is there anything on this door?
Again, a solid adamantium door. No keyholes or anything.
How about on Bella's?
Yeah.
Solid adamantium door. No keyholes. They're all the same.
I tried pushing on it.
Yeah.
Do an athletics check.
Also, how long does my little match last?
I thought you had a
Might have gone out
candle.
by now.
I thought you were
I don't have
burning a
any
candle.
candles. I have a tinderbox and I'm basically just lighting matches.
21.
They don't
But how
last
long
long.
does one last?
Like one round for a match. 21.
Okay, so one round is like, so I'm basically mostly in darkness over here and I'm just lighting it whenever I need to see the door.
Yep.
21 without the athletic skill and a strength of 8.
Oh,
And-
you have a minus strength too.
I just happen to be very lucky.
Yeah. And in this case, it absolutely paid off as you push on it and it starts slowly to move and just moves enough for you to creep through.
Mine opened.
Okay, I want to try pushing on mine then.
You just pushed on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Lucky did.
All right.
I'll try pushing on mine.
It was pretty hard.
Yeah, before doors had locks, you just pushed them open.
Or
Sorry.
doors had door handles.
Yeah.
It's fortunately I'm an adventurer and recently had a big breakfast.
I'm so beefy.
Wow.
Nice.
Again, only just moves open from the weight.
That would have been 14.
And Ursume's 14, no. So we'll do descriptions, because why not? We've got 2 open. We'll do the first one at the top, because that was the first open. So this 10 foot by 10 foot... Oh, sorry. The room
More
has a
than
10
that.
foot... It's more than 10, yeah.
Yeah.
The room has a 10 foot tall painted statue of an armored an armored male dwarf wielding a battle axe and wearing a mask stands at the back of this 20 foot high room. Before the statue, set in the room's floor, is an adamantine trapdoor with a pull ring along one side. That's where Lucky is.
Okay.
But down the bottom, where are we? North, east, and south walls of this 20-foot-high room are adorned with dust-covered frescoes depicting dwarven smiths at work on their forges. An iron anvil sits atop the raised stone block in the middle of the floor. Both fixtures are draped with cobwebs from long ago. And Dandelion's perception is well above the needed in this circumstance.
Oh, well, I mean, I also have this little match. I don't think it'd be able to be long enough to look at anything, so I'm just going to turn into a giant jumping spider.
Okay, back to the jumping spider.
So, yeah, just going to turn into a jumping spider so I can see now.
Which makes it even more fun where now you can see, you notice that, where is it? You notice that an anvil in the fresco looks to be able to be pulled out, but now as a jumping spider, you don't have the ability to pull that out. So the hammer, not anvil.
I do have the ability to walk on walls, though, and get someone who can do it.
Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, there's the part of the fresco, there's like a hammer, which is, it looks like it's removable. Let's give you some light, if you can stop moving.
Sorry. I was just trying to light it up.
Yeah, what's the light?
It's 120 dark vision.
Wow. So you
Jumping
got
spiders have very big eyes.
Yep. There you go. Now you can see the whole room easily. And Bella, your door didn't move.
Yeah.
And you see a giant jumping spider crawl out from the door and walk along the wall towards Bella.
Oh, initiative.
What?
You're being attacked, Bella.
I think I know that dandelion.
I do my little hand signals and tap on the floor. I do my hand signals to get on my back. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, I'll get on Dandelion's back.
Okay. So,
and what was in Lucky's room? It was a bunch of frescoes too.
In front of Lucky's room, there is a painted dwarven statue with a big battle axe standing over an adamantine trapdoor with which has a pull ring.
I think we might have to go through this trap door, maybe.
Yeah, I go over to Lucky so he
do you want to see if you can, before you go, do you want to see if you can open that door?
Can do it, Dandelion.
I'm a spider. I do have a strength of 15 now, which is the same modifier I had.
Give it a try.
It's more than Lucky.
Worst that happens is it doesn't work.
Can I help the spider?
Yes, you can.
You're in range for a guidance, so good luck.
And then I'm just going to roll my strength because it's the same. But
21.
21. Again, the exact same number you've gotten every single time, and the exact number that you need for this situation.
Lucky us.
Every single one of them.
It's funny how it always just seems to work out for us.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So let's have a description of this room as well. So 4 suits of rusted iron plate armor without helms. The size for dwarfs stand in the corners of this 20-foot high room. Each suit is draped in cobwebs. Dwarven runes are carved along the far wall. But again, you don't know Dwarven.
All right, I go to telepathically communicate to Lucky what we see, and then we need the dwarf to go read it for us.
I think we should just leave that. It's just some armor. There's a trap door in mine.
And then I tell you, or telepathically tell you about the hammer in the fresco on mine, where it looks like it can be pulled out. But I don't have hands.
Do you use a hammer?
I can. No, I don't think so.
Me neither. Neither does Bella. So let's just leave it and go for this door.
Okay.
Because we're dealing with these bad bridges.
Yeah. So I'm assuming
Which by now
Bella's
you
riding.
guys can just use me as your ferry to get across them.
Yep.
Now
Yeah.
and walk across the wall.
Does being a giant spider, does it change your weight and everything else?
I'm a
It
medium
would change.
sized.
It would change weight, but yeah, if the size doesn't change, it might not change the weight by much.
I'm a medium-sized creature.
Okay.
I'm
so
using the steer.
where Bella's standing, you feel like you go back a little bit, just that little bit further from where you are now, and you feel being unsteady and starting to crumble, and you can hear it from below, and so you're all kind of pressed up close to the door here.
All right, I'll back up and just stand on the wall so Bella can move forward.
Well, let's go in the room.
Mm-hmm. So again, a 10-foot tall painted statue of an armoured male dwarf wielding a battle axe and wearing a mask that stands at the back of this room. Before him, set into the floor, is an adamantium trapdoor with a pull ring on one side.
I'm thinking that this statue is some kind of protector. Taking my time. Do I have any feelings that this statue might be magic?
There is magic in the area.
I'm guessing there's magic here. I'm gonna just do a very close or
Evocation magic on the statue.
ew. I think this statue is some kind of bad thing. It's gonna blow us up or something.
Well,
Where exactly in the room is the statue at?
At the
Compared
back
to
of the
us.
room, right in front of the
Okay.
trapdoor.
10,
okay,
Almost
20.
standing over it.
30. Okay, I go back there.
okay. What if I use Mage Hand to lift the trap door?
I think that's a really smart idea.
Yeah, do you guys want to take cover behind the door and I'll just go on the wall?
Yeah.
So
We
just
go-
in case there is just a few flume of flames.
Yeah, we don't want to go too far because this bridge is not in good shape.
Yeah, we don't want to go any farther than this.
Well, and your mage hand will have a range limit of probably 30 feet, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, 30 feet.
10, 20, 30. From there, you could do it.
Okay, so I'll do it from there. I'll try to lift up the trapdoor with Mage Hand.
So that's the trapdoor. There's your mage hand. Do you have range?
I should from here.
And do you
30
have to you have to be able to see to use the mage hand?
Yes, I'll be peeking.
Yeah. So it means that if you can see it, it can see you. Yep.
Likely.
Yep. So as you move the mage hand closer, and you start to manipulate the pull ring to try to pull it up, a blast of fire emerges from the eyes of the statue and shoots at you.
Does the door count as cover?
Well, that's why I was saying that you have to kind of be to see it and it to see you. So
Yeah,
what I'm
but
going to
like
say
as partial cover.
is, you do have like, is there like the save versus half stuff for rogue still? Do you have those?
Not
half
at this
cover is a
level.
+2 bonus to AC
Okay.
and dexterity saving throws, and then 3/4 is +5
Yeah.
to AC.
As 29 points of damage fly at you.
I'm fine.
You're
I'm fine. I have 33 hit points. I'm
Yeah.
fine.
There's no saving throw or anything. It's automatically full damage.
Automatically full damage from what I can see. Oh wait, dex save.
Yeah, because
So,
then you get
you
a
have a
+2
dex
bonus
save.
to it if it's half cover, or a +5 if it's 3/4.
Yeah. No, there is a dex save. I misread that. It's not save for half though. It's a save or be struck.
Okay, so very important to make it.
Yeah, very important, and it's super high. You've just made it.
+6 dexterity.
Yeah.
Lucky.
This is really, really high. And it essentially you pull back behind the edge of the door and you see the rays hit the door and just barrow through the door, and then shortly after, like, the rays continue from where the door was.
Well,
Did she happen to get the trapdoor open
No.
when that happened? No.
You think that it may be heavier than the 5-pound limit that a mage hand has, or the 10-pound hand.
Blinding it?
What if we were to block the eyes somehow?
Yeah.
Like put a box over its head or something?
I'm a spider, and jumping spiders do have webs, but jumping spiders usually use it as like tethers, so I don't.
Webs
fall
are
to my
not
death.
fireproof. I've never
Yeah.
seen a fireproof web in my life.
Well, I don't know if like the thing requires eyesight, because like other fire spells,
It
you have
just-
to be able to see to cast it.
It just blew apart part of the wall itself. The door holds on. I don't think the web's going to stop that.
You know what might stop it? What if we put a copper pot on its head?
I was about to say that.
The pots, you're not sure, but your pots, I think, are going to be a bit small for the head. But you could try.
I was able to fit in one of those copper pots.
Yeah.
And so was I.
Yeah. It's a 10-foot statue of a dwarf, though. So, if that is that the plan?
Maybe. Can the spider maybe carry one of those pots, or is it going to be too heavy?
It'll require an athletics roll, but I think the spider's actually quite strong.
I have a beefy spider
It
with a
is.
strength of 15. I am as beefy as Bella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And about the
Dandelion,
size.
see if you can get us one of those pots, and we'll stick it on its head.
Got you. And I'll run along the wall. And run.
You don't need to do
Jump.
the whole running.
Jump! And I'll go get a pot. I'll have to do spider hand motions for one of them to get the pot on me. so I
They
can
don't
hold it, or-
understand it.
Alright, I just wave them off and go over and get the pot.
Yeah, you're going to have to try to do it yourself. And you can. It's a weird object to try to carry and try to get. You're not going to be jumping.
I'll
And
have
you
to
think
use my
climbing
little
on
pig
walls is going to
helps.
be difficult as well.
Alright.
Because you're
The
having to use
athletics
two of
to
your
pick it up.
arms to try to carry this heavy object.
Yeah, I got my petty pops. Blip. See if I can lift it. 15.
Yep. 15's enough to lift this. It's more the weirdness of the size of the object. But you think you're not going to be jumping, you're not going to be walking on walls, you're going to be just carrying this. So you're going to have to go up to the top one and go across
Alright.
without the climbing on walls.
Right, and now there's the part of gingerly trying to walk across this.
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's another way we could do this. Like, what if you were to take the pot down to the bottom level and we were to tie it with a rope and drag it up and like haul it up?
Yeah. You do feel you're substantially heavier than the halflings are now.
I think
put
if
the
we
pot
took our
down.
time.
And if you want to give me a rope, and then I can just tie it, get it over to the pot, and then we can just like drag it across. And if it breaks,
Sure. Yeah.
So what are you doing? You're taking the pot down with the rope?
No. I think we're giving Dandelion a rope, and
to tie it
is
onto the
it
pot.
like an urn kind of shaping?
It's an urn shape, yes. And it's,
So tie a rope around the narrow part.
Yep.
Yeah, and then Dandelion will come across first,
And then
we'll
drag it second.
drag. Yeah.
Okay. So as Dandelion comes across first, Shoal, as you drag the pot, the area collapses. And that's how much it collapses.
Okay.
From there to there.
It's fine. We got a spider now.
But you've got it. You've got the pot. And you've got what you... Yeah. You've got
We're
it
gonna
across.
try to stick it on the head of this dwarf.
Yep. And we're about to finish, so sticking on the head of the dwarf, can I get a... I don't know what we're going to do. Okay. I'm not going to ask for a roll.
Okay.
You lift it up. It's not going to fit. It's copper, though. Copper's malleable. So you bang on it, and bang on it, and bang on it, making a large amount of noise to kind of shape it enough to fit over, and you get enough to fit over the head. So it doesn't
All
need
right.
a roll. It's going to take time and noise.
So they just hear us banging on things like ting ting. What's happening?
Okay.
We're professionals.
And I think then what is... I can try the trapdoor then after that if you
Yep.
guys want to hang back.
Yep. Are you going to do it by yourself?
How heavy does it look? It's adamantium?
It's adamantium.
Okay, I need Bella's help.
Yeah, maybe I.
Yeah.
So that gives 2 targets and also gives an assistance.
Yep, maybe I should be the one to do it.
Yes. And I'll help you. And good luck.
Okay. Manage.
So is that with guidance?
And good luck.
Yeah.
So guidance,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Athletics, so it is.
Okay. Athletics.
20.
20, fantastic. As you even touch the pool ring, you can feel the heat in the room emanating from underneath the cauldron. Or underneath the, not cauldron, but the urn. And you're both pulling on this pool ring, and it's not budging. And as soon as you let go of the pool ring, the urn starts cooling again.
I don't know what to do.
I think one of the other things what if that hammer was a key to get in, to open it or something?
Maybe.
I don't know what it would do.
Maybe we should go mess around to one of the other rooms.
Mm-hmm.
Are we calling it a night right here?
We are. The alarm went off a while back.
Yeah.
But I wanted to see the, yeah. So that's it for today. We will possibly conclude next week, maybe the week after. We are certainly getting close. I'm liking this change where this is a lot of like thought and a lot of having to work around puzzles and problems.
I can't just stab things.
Well, you got to stab something.
No, I just can't stab stuff into submission.
No.
Just
But apparently you killed the black pudding without any help at all.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
did do that by myself.
totally awesome. So yeah, we'll we may be concluding next week, maybe the week after. We'll see how we go. We still have to get, well, we're thinking, I think, is further into the vault. Is that right? Yeah. Well, you have gotten some treasure.
Yep.
Isn't that the Dragon Hoard?
Don't
But there's
think
so much
so.
else to explore, and we're treasure hunters / adventurers. We gotta explore.
And there's still a door you haven't opened. So we'll be back next week. Tomorrow we have the first adventure of the Children of Saltmarsh. And we've got a brand new overlay, brand new art, hopefully may or may not be coloured, we don't know. But we'll see.
Yes.
I know. Fingers crossed we'll get everything done. Yeah, we've got Rusty Daggers as well later off in the week. And so, yeah, we'll do our shout-outs. So, Nick, where can people find you? What do you do? And
I'm an artist and also a game artist and traditional digital artist. You can find me on Twitter at fartismart. I'm also on other platforms that are linked on my Twitter that you can check me out on, both Coffee, ArtStation, Instagram. My Instagram's new. I'm still posting stuff on it. There's only like 2 things on it right now.
wow, it's a start.
Yeah.
It's more than a lot of people on Instagram, so don't worry about that. Ursula, what do you do and where do you...
I'm Ursula Art, and you can find me at Twitter, and I also have an Instagram too, where I post up there too, for drawings and stuff.
Okay. And finally, Trent?
I'm Treant Monk, and I do not have Instagram, but if you Google Treant Monk, lots of stuff's going to come up. But recently I've been doing YouTube. So if you want to check out Treant Monk's Temple, that's where you'll find me.
Yep. And my name's Karsh Goblin. This is the Goblin Cave, and hopefully you've enjoyed the show. Don't forget, we've got our own Discord down below. We've got YouTube, which you can search for Goblin Cave RPG. We've got Humble Bumble partnerships, so you can support the channel, you can support charities, and you can get great deals on games. Sometimes they've got role-playing PDFs and things like that. It's a really, really great initiative. There's also, we've got a merch store, we've got brand new shirts from the Rusty Daggers, we're calling it the Rusty Daggers group shop, and we should be getting a, well, it's probably going to be post-production, Blades of Waterdeep. Yeah, Blades. I'm trying to think of the game. What are we playing today? That's right, Blades of Waterdeep. We should be getting a group shot of that, which will of course be put into the merch shop, and that'll be great to see because it's something that I wanted right from the start of the game, right from the start of the show, late last year, and it's just I never got around to happening, but it should be happening now, so that will be awesome. So thanks for everyone watching. Remember, if you're watching on YouTube, to like the video, subscribe, all that stuff, even make a comment, and even if it's something silly, as long as it's not insulting and as long as it's not swearing, it's all good. Make a comment about the closed captions if you want, because I've been reading it throughout the night and they've been bonkers off. They've been so wrong all the time. And I don't know if we're going to be keeping it because it's just so inaccurate when we've got multiple people talking. It's not picking up some people, it's picking up others. It's an experiment. So anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for everybody. Thank you all the cast. And we'll put some music on and do our credits roll. So bye.